mentioned you've been really on a hot streak, with some of your takes, and I'm told that you have another bold one.
Cam Ward, the first.
You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Just a couple more days of my headphones being really jacked up at the start of the show. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, there's the Jags brass ready to go. I was thinking this the other. We used this picture last night. This is a good picture. Like, these are good pictures from the introductory news conferences. We need more shots of these guys together. Yeah. I feel like over the last 6 months we've used a lot of these this photo a lot.
Hamby
of Gladstone Baselli.
Bring up that last. Is it on a slide? Can you bring up that last picture, Liam Cohen? Hey, running for Congress. running for Congress endorsement ad right there. Put the stamp in the left, and that's definitely a Congress endorsement. He has that congressman thumbs up thing going on. I like it.
He does have a little bit of that.
Got to have that.
I'm fascinated by these guys. I really am.
How so?
Well, because a little bit of it is I go back to that those press conferences, and obviously everything's jovial and good to go and ready to go, and you got the Duval and Gladstone with all these catchphrases. Game on. And then kind of now to see where it's at, and again, we're still in this honeymoon phase of everything's good, 0-0. Mm-hmm. But you're around it enough, and I'm around it. This is the month that I'm around it the most because of the preseason and just seeing these guys more than I will probably in the regular season because the way our show is, I don't get out of the building as much in the regular season. So, even yesterday, Gladstone at the presser, which we're going to get to a little bit, but then we did a little more story with Gladstone after for an upcoming special and just spending time around him a little bit. specifically Cohen. We've all been able to see from news conferences and on a daily basis almost about Cohen. And I they have this balance between like really locked in and really laid back. And I just don't think you see that much in football specific, or we haven't seen it much. And then I looked at, we got a buddy out in California that covers like the Rams and the Chargers, and I was watching just a little bit of something he was doing with McVay, and McVay has that. McVay can be so locked in, and he also feels like he's not afraid to crack a smile and have some fun.
Andy Reid, same way.
Andy Reid, same way, right? So it's just like we're so used to seeing the Belichicks of the world. Quite frankly, around here, Tom Coughlin. You know, if we can get Tom to smile a little bit, it feels like a big win.
Sure.
Even now. And there's a lot there, but even think about the guys that have been around, right? I mean, Urban didn't smile much. I think Doug didn't in the last 18 months smile very much.
Gus did.
Gus did a lot. It does remind me, and then I know people won't like the comp because of the win-loss record. It just reminds me more of that duo, especially in the early days of Gus and Dave, in a lot of ways, not completely, but in a lot of ways. And the roster's way better than their roster was in the first couple of years for sure. So that should give you a little bit more hope to latch onto. How about even Mike Mularkey was so serious, right? You played for him and really locked in. You know, Del Rio had a little bit of balance there, where, you know, a wry smile here or there. But when you were here, things were starting to go. Yeah. It was tense, right? It got a little more tense. So, and Austin, quite frankly, that's my fascinating part. When are these guys going to get a little tighter? When's it going to squeeze a little bit more, right? And I think that doesn't necessarily mean adversity or you're panicking or anything else. I just think you get a little bit more locked in. And I do believe we've seen that. First of all, people will tell you that Gladstone's kind of locked in a lot. Like he's dialed in. But he still has this way about him. Cohen, I think we've seen that. I think you really can see it. That picture that Hamby showed, I think that's the Cohen beneath the Duval. I think he gets pissy. I think he has like a standard. I don't think it's always, you know, a fun quote or a, hey, how you doing? And that's okay.
Sure.
Like that's okay. So anyway, I'm just fascinated as we continue to learn about these guys and how it translates now to the regular season as we're here.
I think this is just the classic narrative of an offensive-minded coach versus a defensive-minded coach, because it will go bad in the NFL. It always does. Like, you're probably going to go on a 3 or 4 game losing streak, and yes, we're all going to be keen to watching on how this regime's going to handle it. But I think if you're a defensive-minded coach that relies more on intensity and more on just like, you know, kind of setting the precedent, whether you're going to yell at somebody, whether you're going to say something in the media. Like, we're seeing this with Ben Johnson right now. And Ben Johnson is an offensive-minded coach, but for whatever reason, he's trying to take the defensive coordinator approach and, like, try to set a standard and set a culture and call players out and bench players if they're not playing well in preseason. You see this with Aaron Glenn right now. Aaron Glenn's trying to bring an attitude to that Jets team. When you look at Liam Cohen, he's bringing to Jacksonville, yes, it's more analytical. I think it's more of a player-friendly environment, and that's what an offensive coordinator could do, because when you lose as an offensive coordinator or an offensive-minded head coach, the response has to be, we have to draw it up better. We have to have the X's and O's better. When you lose as a defensive-minded coach, then it's like, okay, we got to change the culture around. Like when, who's the cat in New York Jets? Saleh. When Robert Saleh lost last year, nobody was talking about how bad the offense was. Everybody was talking about, man, Aaron Rodgers, that culture, it's not good. Yeah. Why? Because Robert Saleh is a defensive-minded guy. Liam Cohen, when it goes bad, because once again, it'll go bad for a little bit. It always does. It's going to be more on, okay, we got to clean this up, X's and O's. We have to call these certain types of plays. That's kind of the beauty and kind of also, I guess, the downside of being an offensive-minded head football coach in the NFL is that you're going to be judged on your performance in terms of what that offense looks like, what the execution looks like, as opposed to if you're a defensive-minded coach, in totality, it's going to be like, okay, are you guys playing hard enough? Are you guys tackling hard enough? Are you guys blocking hard enough? And things like that.
Yeah, that's a good call. I like that. Pretty good explanation. Ryan says Gladstone sometimes when he's listening to a question from reporters looks like an evil genius. Yeah, he has a little bit of that. Look, Tony Baselli said cold-blooded. He has a little cold-blooded feel to him, but he also, when you think of that, you don't think of the other side. It's like easygoing nature, too, where he can have fun for a moment. You know, you just don't think of that. Like, you either label people or kind of think of people one way or another.
Yeah.
I think these guys have this balance. I think that's what's kind of fascinating and also gives you hope that it's so relatable in the building and people buy into it in the building and has staying power in the building and all those things. Again, we don't know. We just don't know. Here we are ever since January, really, and we're about to find out. Like, we're inching closer to finding out. And to the credit of these guys, they continue to be transparent, like Gladstone yesterday saying, from my vantage point, now it's about winning games. And sat down with Trevor yesterday, and he's like, listen, we can keep talking in August all we want, but it's about winning games, you know? So, like, I like that. Now I got to do it. But I do like it. One thing that has struck me, Austen, and I'll end up asking or sharing this later next week, some of the conversation, but I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek on it. And I don't even know exactly what he said because I was kind of locked into the interview, so I'd have to go back and listen to it, and I'll do that today more. But when we're doing stuff with Gladstone, he mentions like the physicality. He mentions the physicality really showing up. And he did it in the presser a little bit too, by the way. He said physicality or he said toughness, mental toughness, physical toughness. That's something that they really want to be a good football team in. That's one of their monikers, if you will, right? One of their trademarks, one of their sayings around the building, and they want to be that. And they think they have made strides in that department. And so I even asked them when we were talking about it yesterday, I was just like, okay, do you know that or think that? Because what I'm curious is, how do you know that through August? We have less and less physical practices. The games are such a small sample. He referenced the point that the trickle-down effect he thought was pretty cool with the Miami stuff of getting out of that first situation on offense and what the third and fourth guys did, even with Miami's number ones on the team. So that's an indication of, I get the signs.
Sure.
I'm just asking, like I think they look like they're going to be able to run the ball a little bit better, but I can't sit here and say, wow, this is a much more physical football team based on what I've seen over the last month than it is last year. Like, what are they seeing in practice that would allow them to think that?
Well, I mean, like Liam Cohen said, it's in the preseason games, right? Like the 2s and 3s kind of held their own against the Miami 1s. So, like, anytime you're a coach or you're a CEO of any business, you have to look for positive reinforcement, things to look at and see, like, this is an improvement. See, this is good, guys. We need more of this. But to sit there and say, like, yeah, we're by far a more physical team and everything, like, you just don't know. You just don't know until the lights come on and it's week 1 against Carolina. Like, you can see it in practice and everything, and that's great. But one could argue when it was 1 against 1s with Miami and Jacksonville, like, that maybe didn't go so well in terms of the offensive line blocking. Right now, Miami's defensive line is dominant, so make no mistake about it. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's wishful thinking right now. I think it's, reinforcing with examples like that preseason game, maybe like in training camp practices, but until you play Carolina week 1, until you play Cincinnati week 2, then you start to have a feel just how physical and how tough you guys are.
Yeah, I think that's, again, I do think they can see some things more than we can, just some of the small things that would add up to that and say that. But I think it's harder for us on the outside to see it. Hey, we got the show lined up for you today here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. We do have a lot of James Gladstone because he talked about it. And, again, this guy's a walking soundbite. I mean, it's fantastic. It's really good. And you can get a visual picture from how he says stuff. And you do. I mean, just like Ty said to me yesterday, he's like, wow, that 20 seconds about Trevor Lawrence was kind of said a lot.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
a long soundbite about Trevor, but it was like, all right, I feel pretty good about that. People do feel good about Trevor Lawrence, and that continues to be a topic, and it should be a good sign. Of course, Sundays are right around the corner. Let's go fishing, laying down the law with Casey Kurtz. And, we've got a game tonight in college football, and we've got college football for the next 5 days straight. If I've seen that once, I've seen it 1,000 times on social media. I'm glad you're excited about it, people. So we do have college football weekend ahead. Take a look at what's on the show today. Improving physicality. We go with physicality here on the show. From last year, shouldn't be hard. The hockey rotation depleted a lot of it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. The comps to last year, I just don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I know these guys. I think I said this earlier this week. What hit me is there's a marginal nature of the NFL, and I think if you lined up 10 categories, Austen could pick his favorite 10 categories. I don't know what they are. I think the Jags feel like they have marginally increased at the very least in a lot of these categories to be better. I don't think this is like, this is what we don't understand, I think, from the outside sometimes. I don't think this is a complete flip of, wow, they were doing this, and now, oh my gosh, they're doing this. I just don't know if that is the fact. The other thing that can prove is on the record, you can flip. I think turnovers you can absolutely flip when you only force 8 of them on the defensive side. So some of these kind of statistics could certainly be different. You can go 30th to 4th in rushing or whatever it is. But I just don't. Yeah, I'm not sitting here to say like they didn't play physical at all last year. They didn't play physical enough. Last year is the way I look at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, every team, like, it's the NFL, like, there's going to be physicality. There has to be, or you're not going to make the roster. But obviously, you have to improve on last year and what you saw.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm not sure what it looks like against Carolina to say it. I mean, you guess you got to run for 140 yards and stop the run.
Be a good start. Yeah,
Like-
be great. Well, especially against Carolina. We broke this down yesterday a little bit, like, especially with Carolina, where they're very vulnerable in the run game. Like, that's where I think you're going to expose them.
Yeah.
Middle linebackers, even safeties are kind of whatever. Like, they're going to have, like, if this goes according to plan, and we're far away from, the opening week of football, so we have plenty of time to prepare and talk about it. But just watching Carolina, what they've been, and even in the preseason, like, if you want to beat them, if you can be physical and win in the trenches and run the football between the tackles, you're going to be all right.
Was it 2 years ago that Carolina's defense was pretty good? Not last year. Remember 2 years ago? Like they weren't a very good football team, but their defense, I think it was 2 years ago, that their defense actually, from a metric standpoint, was pretty good.
Okay.
But they couldn't do anything on offense. Like
Yeah.
that was the tough Bryce Young year, and it was. I think that was the year the Jags beat them 20-0 here. But their defense, again, wasn't bad. Like, it kept them in games. And I think statistically, it was kind of like Tennessee last year. If you look at Tennessee's defense last year, it was actually statistically really good. I think they might have been top 5.
Yeah.
And they obviously didn't win many games because their offense was so bad.
Well, yeah, and, like, listen, you have to be in rare air to be worse than the Jaguars' defense last year, and the Carolina Panthers were.
So they were.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was last year then. So, like I said, I'm
last year's
thinking of 2 years ago, they were pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, they were the worst defense last year, and, like, if you look at, like, what they've done to replace some of the pieces, like, it's not enough. Like, I understand Carolina Panthers fans think they're going to come into Jacksonville and probably win, just like we think we're going to beat the Carolina Panthers, but I think the one glaring hole for Carolina is their physicality in the run game, unless they want to send the entire house every single play, which isn't smart. So.
I'm going to do this even though I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I thought about it yesterday. You take the first month of the season and look at some of the things that have now transpired in the first month of the season. You guys tell me if you think it's a big deal or not. Adam Thielen gets traded away from Carolina. On the flip side of that, Trey Hendrickson signs, so he's back for Cincinnati in week 2. Mm-hmm. Week 3, we know Joe Mixon's going to be out. Mm-hmm. And week 4, did I see Brandon Ayuk is out first month of the year? Yeah. So, I mean, Jags getting a break there? Like, yeah, he's out for, you're right, so the first 5 weeks. I mean, again, I think I have seen the Jags lose to many a backup quarterback.
Oh no, yeah. We actually broke this down yesterday a little bit, but like don't be afraid of Chubb though. I mean, I guess you should be a little afraid of Chubb because if Chubb's even halfway back to who he was, like if you want to talk about physicality, winning in the trenches, like that can be the guy that can put Houston over the top. Like he's no Joe Mixon, I get it, like, especially in the receiving game, but if Chubb is back, which I'm not even sure like how good he's been doing in training camp. But it does worry me if you get the resurgence of a Nick Chubb, what that's going to look like. Yeah, and where's Dameon Pierce now? But I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, playing time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys think they're going to be good on offense, Houston? Because they also got rid of 2 of their well, no, they didn't. They were looking to they thought that they might get rid of Cam Robinson. They didn't get rid of him. But there was the thought they could get rid of him, and that's right. and also Trent Brown, they did get rid of. So they take a couple of veterans that have experience. I'm not saying all pros. Now, that can go two ways is my point. One is, okay, we don't think we have anybody that's very good. These guys aren't even good enough to hold it down. Or we really like the guys that we have drafted, right, the young guys. So I don't know which way they feel. But obviously with mixing out, we're still wondering about C.J. Stroud and that offense. Everybody says this scheme and offense coordinator is going to fit much better. 2 years ago, that offense was cooking so much they had what's his name?
Bobby Slowick.
Slowick applying for jobs.
Yep.
So how do you feel about Houston offensively? We know their defense is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them right now, like where they're at?
I mean,
and how good they're going to be?
Yeah, offensive line is obviously a giant question mark, and that's important. But I can also make an argument and say, like, how much do we know about our offensive line? We assume it's going to be better, just like I think they assume in Houston it's not going to be that big of a deal. But until we see that, it's hard to call. But if I'm looking at their skill positions, yes, losing Joe Mixon is a huge blow, especially after last year, how good he was. But like I just said, if Nick Chubb can even be 70 to 80%, I mean, Hamby, like the guy's pretty dominant when he's feeling good.
Right.
And you look at their weapons at receiver. I mean, Nico is, and listen, I get it's back and forth between him and Brian Thomas Jr. I almost take Nico over Brian Thomas Jr. just because I think he's a little more established. But we've seen a little more from Nico. Jaden Higgins, they seem to love him just because they let John Mechie go, who they sacrificed a lot to get in the first place. They let him go, no problem. So it goes to show you, I think they like Jaden Higgins, what he can bring to the table. Then you have Christian Kirk, who can be that reliable slot guy, and then Jalen Noel will probably just sprinkle him on as well. And at tight end, who they got? They got Schultz?
Yeah.
They still have Schultz.
Dalton Schultz?
And Stover.
And Stover, okay.
Week 3, I think the Jags are better offensively.
Really? I mean,
I think our
at the skill, at the in
skill,
totality,
they have 2 rookie receivers. I think we're better. I think without Mixon, with just Chubb and Pierce, those are 2 good runners, but they're one-dimensional. Those guys don't catch the ball out of the backfield. That's what Mixon does. So in week 3, your defense should have a pretty good idea of that's one less guy you need to account for out of the backfield. Because Pierce is not going to be running angle routes like Mixon, and neither is Chubb. So you got a little bit more of an advantage there. And Stroud behind a new offensive line in week 3, there's an advantage. I think maybe we have a different conversation at the end of the year once their rookie receivers are fully settled in and Mixon is fully back and all these things, and the rookie offensive lineman has got a half a season under his belt. But week 3, I think the Jags have to have the better offense.
I mean, Hamby, let me ask you this. Let's break it down real quick then. So you think at wide receiver the Jaguars are better?
Absolutely.
Like it's not even close?
No, I mean, it's not like we're blowing them out of the water.
Okay.
But I think BTJ and Nico are almost a scratch.
See, I disagree. I think Nico is a notch better than BTJ. Like, I think they're both great wide receivers, but I think Nico, I just think he's a scratch above. But, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
But not like 3 steps above.
No, I mean,
think they're both top 8 receivers.
Agreed. But I would argue that Nico is a top 5 receiver, and I think BTJ is on the cusp of being that.
Okay.
I guess what I'm saying, I'm trying to be the mediator here in a sense before we get to laying down the law a little later.
There we go.
And I would just say, the difference in that to me is so if both guys go have a good game, one of them is going to have 125 yards and a touchdown, one of them is going to have 105 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. But I think Nico's had those bigger games.
Yeah.
Then okay. So then, tight end, are you giving the advantage to Strange?
Yes, I mean definitely.
Even though we've seen a lot more of Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz is a role guy who I don't think is going to be featured in that offense. I think there's a possibility where Strange could be featured in ours. Even outside of just Nico, I think with Travis, De'Ami Brown, and Parker Washington, I think that's more depth than the 2 rookies that they have, and Christian Kirk, who I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a game changer, especially not in week 3. And then I think we have an advantage with the running back just as far as the versatility goes. I don't know if I'd necessarily say that Travis Etienne is better than Nick Chubb. But
but
as a backfield as a
running
whole,
backs, yeah.
I'm not giving them an advantage in week 3.
No, that's not it. No, I mean, to me, it's a 10-8 round for Jacksonville in terms of running backs.
Yeah.
I think tight end, you make a debate that right now what we know of Dalton Schultz is more proven. Dude tore it apart in Dallas.
Yeah.
He had I think he had 7 or 8 touchdowns one year, and almost 1,000 yards, I believe. So I think Dalton Schultz is a step ahead of Brenton Strange until we see more Brenton Strange, just because we haven't seen Brenton Strange in a glorified starting role. Yeah. He's always had to share that.
Last year, 53, 532, and 2 touchdowns for Schultz. But
what do you do in
29? But yeah, he's had the success.
Okay,
you're right. He's got a way bigger resume.
Yeah.
His best year was 78, 808 touchdowns. That was in Dallas in 21.
Okay,
a few years back.
Yeah, I would bet that Strange has a better year. Catches, yards.
But I get what Austin's saying.
But I'm saying until we see it, how do we know, Hamby? And then offensive line, I give the advantage to the Jaguars just because it's more of the household names, but they like their guys, right? So, when I'm trying to break this down, it's just what I know. I don't know what the Jags offensive line is going to be, and I don't know what the Houston Texans offensive line is going to be. So that's almost a wash to me. So I think it's comparable, but obviously the advantage goes to the Texans defense then, because once again, it's unproven here in Jacksonville.
Sure.
And also the coaching where, we like Liam Cohen a lot, but we kind of already know what DeMeco Ryans brings to the table.
I would say this. I think what should be and could be a separator in these kind of conversations, and what you hope is a separator. And at times, this was the case because I argued this in the past with Doug Peterson, who had won a Super Bowl and is an offensive mind, and Trevor Lawrence, who has the tools to be a gifted quarterback and a good quarterback in the league, is that when you go into a football game, you feel good about, again, at the time, Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. We don't know that about Liam Cohen, but the answer here is, at least in this conversation, you need Trevor Lawrence to be as good as C.J. Stroud, if not better, and you need Liam Cohen as the head coach of this football team to be better than their new offensive coordinator. It's a lot on those guys. Now, do we know that? I don't think so. To Austin's point, what do we know? I don't think we know it, but it kind of needs to happen. It's not like, sorry guys, don't want to put too much on you, but Liam, you got to be calling better plays than that dude on the other sideline, and Trevor, you got to be delivering just as good as that dude on the other sideline. And there's one more element here. And that's Travis Hunter, because he's the guy that Houston doesn't have. They don't have that.
Well, yeah, they don't have a guy that can play both ways.
Well, not only that, but they don't have somebody that can be what we think is electric as him. Nico and Brian Thomas Jr. are in a different category here, but Christian Kirk's not that.
Yeah, but they once again, it's just what we don't know this, but they like Higgins.
Yeah.
Higgins, there is some intrigue there with Higgins. I'm not saying he's going to be put up Travis Hunter numbers, but there's a reason why they drafted him where they did. There's a reason why they got rid of Mechie.
Right?
I think he was, yeah.
And then Noel was later.
I feel I thought coming out, now I might not have seen this correctly. I thought for a time, maybe it was just their depth chart that I saw, because I've been all over depth charts lately. I thought he was coming along okay, not gangbusters. Now, we could say the same about my point there is Travis Hunter has to be the guy that makes you a play in a game that Higgins, quite frankly, can't. Because that's, again, what you did, what you drafted him for. That's what. Now, is he going to do that every game? That's not fair. But in a game against Houston, in your division games, that's the time to do it. So I think there are just some non-negotiables here when it comes to the Jags. Owen has to be good. Trevor has to be good. And Travis has got to be a little bit of a difference maker that helps you separate, even when you've got a close matchup with a Brian Thomas Jr. and a Nico Collins or a Dalton Schultz and a Brenton Strange. We got this guy.
Yeah.
That is how this has to play out here in Jacksonville. It's just the reality. And if they get some of that, well, now we're talking about some good stuff.
We are.
Hey, that's fun. I do like this, guys. You're not going to have this conversation and give the edge at all in week 2 against Cincinnati. Fair enough. One of the best offenses in the game. They've got a tremendous trio of players. And just because you don't give the edge to Jacksonville there doesn't mean that your guys stink.
Of course.
They're just really good and elite at this stage. You can't even argue it. But I like the fact that on a lot of days, you can make the case that you got a good chance with the guys you've got.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. And it hasn't always been the case in Jacksonville. More often than not, the last couple of years, or maybe in the last 7 or 8 years, been able to make that case on the defensive side of the ball, or with some of the weapons, or Brian Thomas Jr. going into a game, or maybe the running backs. I do feel pretty good about that part. Specifically, if Cohen is able to get, like you guys just said, boom, 10-8 round on the running game. Mm-hmm. Wow, if that alone is the edge in a lot of games, well, that makes everything else, sets the table for everything else to look pretty good. So that's, I guess, the confidence.
Well, and that's the biggest part. It's 10-8 round in terms of the running backs. Now, the running game needs the offensive line to do their part as well.
Yeah.
And we'll see if they can do that.
And that's kind of, to bring this first segment a little full circle, goes back to that physicality, those kind of things, the details, the marginal, tick up that everybody's talking about, that we get to see if, I say everybody internally is talking about, we get to see if it actually comes to fruition on the field on Sunday. So we're going to talk a little turnovers today as well. I mentioned Travis Hunter. You see, he had a baby? How about that? I mean, there's a chance now. Let's go super sunshine and rainbows. Travis Hunter has like the best year any athlete's ever had.
Ever.
That's existed.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where this is going.
I'm serious. I'll give it to you.
All right.
When we come back. Brent and Austen show coming up here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Here's a little look at, we'll hear from James Gladstone, some of the sound, also more about Trevor Lawrence. And then we also have EWU football coach coming in, Brian Jenkins, at 11 o'clock for a bit. And then Let's Go Fishing as well, presented by Nimnick Buick GMC and Armor Guard Exteriors. Gutter helmet of NorthFlorida.com. By the way, tell them Action Sports Jacks sent you. You get 25% off. It's a good time for storm windows, awnings, gutters, 25% off. Just tell them Action Sports Jacks sent you. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models, or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license license number CFC 1432579.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
High school football is right around the corner, and here at Action Sports Jacks 24/7, we're bringing in a new wave of high school football coverage, introducing the Blitz Breakdown and the Friday night game of the week. Start your week off right with the Blitz Breakdown on Monday nights, giving you live analysis, interviews, picks, rankings, and more, making it a one-stop shop for high school football in the 904. And don't think we're stopping there, because on Friday nights when the lights get bright, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 will be there with a live game of the week, bringing you some of the best in-county rivalries in the area.
Play as hard as you can play, do your job, and stay together. Okay, the rest will take care of itself.
Action Sports Jacks 24/7, your home for high school football.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Joshua Hines Allen, Brian Thomas Jr. Yesterday we talked about Micah Parsons and why you can never, under any circumstance, let your best player on your roster go. We've seen it with Jalen Ramsey. You saw it with Saquon. We see it all around the league. It hardly ever works out. So that got us on the topic yesterday, and we didn't get to really answer this question, so I want to answer this now. And let me preface by saying this. Not advocating on trading any of these guys. It would be asinine to trade either Joshua Hines Allen or Brian Thomas Jr. My only question is that who is the best player on this Jaguars team right now? Joshua Hines Allen, Brian Thomas Jr. We'll just sit in silence for a while here and think about it.
I was just going to drag it out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got time.
What did you say? I do like the fact that you call him Joshua Hines Allen, by the way.
That's what he wants, right?
Well, I think it was like Joshua Hines Allen, but I think he wants the Hines Allen part.
So if that's what the athlete wants, it's what the athlete gets. I respect him enough.
I think he just wants
But the Josh is fine.
Oh, so it's Josh Hines Allen.
But
He doesn't want the
fine.
Josh.
Like,
I could have swore he said he wanted Joshua.
I'll ask him.
Okay, please.
I think the
speaking
answer
of-
here is Josh Hines Allen.
He just put out this tweet 3 minutes ago.
I've been drug tested so much this offseason and now preseason, and the season hasn't even started yet. At this point, I could buy the league a new randomizer myself. Hey, take it as a compliment, man. They're afraid of your size and stature and what you're doing in the preseason. Drug test you even more.
Check the name versus the username, though, Austin.
Joshua Hines Allen?
And then below it.
Well, that's always been his name, though.
No, I think when it came out initially that he's changing his name, it was put out as Josh. I get what Austin's saying, but I think it was the Hines Allen. It kind of got muddied up, like what he wanted. And I think we were all confused early on, and then I think it was like Josh is fine. But the Hines Allen, obviously, is what really wants to be said. I don't think the Joshua part, but I mean, I call him Josh, and he hasn't said anything to me.
Yeah, Josh Hines Allen, Joshua Hines Allen, it's all gravy, baby. Hey, who's the better player now? Are we going
Josh.
with so you're saying Josh Hines Allen's the better player?
Yeah.
Hamby, what do you got? And I mean, just because it's longer proven?
Yeah, I think, yes, basically.
Okay.
And I think he's actually scratched the top of the elite. Like he showed the ceiling has been, I mean, at 17.5 sacks, you're, marginally maybe Trey Hendrickson got 18 or something, but you're as good as it gets.
Okay.
I think Brian Thomas could get there, but he's not at Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson yet.
Okay. Hamby, what you got?
I think I'll be taking Brian Thomas Jr. right now.
Okay.
I think he's this year will be elite, and the only times we've ever seen him, he's always been elite. I think there are waves, and I mean, I would blame a lot of this honestly on the weight that Josh Hines Allen put on last year. Not that he probably wouldn't take some responsibility for the downtrend in sacks, and obviously he was asked to do more in the run game and all that, but I just think it was a step back. And I still think he's an unbelievable football player, but I think the Jaguars' best player is BTJ.
So I kind of agree with both of you here. And here's where I'm going to go with
that's
it.
bull.
Well, let me finish. So I think Joshua Hines or Josh Hines Allen is the best player on this team because the numbers back it up. Like he was considered, top 3, if not maybe the best edge rusher a few years ago. So like I give him his props there. But if you want to say, and this is my question, I said best player. So Josh Hines Allen, best player. Now, most important player, you can make an argument and say that's Brian Thomas Jr. Because, and once again, knock on wood, hopefully nobody gets hurt. If you were to lose Josh Hines Allen for the year, it's going to be a huge loss, a huge blow. But you almost feel confident with, okay, well, you still got Trayvon Walker. Like, Agba is not Hines Allen, but like you feel decent with the pass rusher depth, right? If you lose Brian Thomas Jr. for the year, I get you got Parker Washington and everything, but I'm panicking. I'm hitting the panic button. I'm hitting the panic button on both of them, but I just think in terms of being able to replace somebody, I think Brian Thomas Jr. at the wide receiver position, helping Trevor Lawrence out in Liam Cohen's offense, I think he's the more important player. But the best player on this team is Josh Hines Allen.
That's interesting. And I think those are two different questions maybe and answers because really the most important player on this team is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but I'm saying out of the two,
but out
most
of the two,
important.
And both are debatable and argue. I think that's a good thing to be able to debate. That's what I come away with is like, okay, there's not a clear cut. And quite frankly, I think you've got a couple other guys in the hopper that could challenge for that. I mean, Travis Hunter could become that. Maybe Trayvon Walker is in that conversation at some point. And really your hope is that Trevor Lawrence is the, without question, answer. In the next however many years. That's what you want.
That's what you want.
You want him to be the answer to that question every time, and we don't even have to debate it.
Of course.
Doesn't matter if these guys are unbelievable. So, there's a lot to go there, and I'm fascinated to see Brian Thomas Jr. this season because, like, I really think he's good. There's not like, I'm afraid of anything. I don't even care about the drops in the preseason and stuff like that. I just feel the distribution of the football, how defenses play him, how he's able to elevate his game, how he's used with this Liam Cohen offense. If they do run the football, what does that do to open him up? I mean, there's a lot of things to like and wonder about and just how good it can be for him. And I am, with Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker, fascinated to see if this interior can get anything. And these guys get a little bit of a breather with stuff you trust in Smoot and Agba. That just makes these guys better. And they have been all over the place in this last month, both of them, in terms of the backfield of whether it's the Dolphins or the Jags in practice. So excited about it. Why do they keep drug testing Josh Hines Allen, though? Is it common, a lot of drug tests in camp?
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But usually, I mean, it was always kind of the unspoken joke in the NFL locker rooms that if you have good games, then they're going to drug test even more.
Yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be quote-unquote random.
Yeah, that's true. And hey, one quick note I said before the break. I mean, did you see Travis Hunter had a baby? Good timing, by the way, in between the last preseason game and that's a good. Congrats to them. And
did we get a name?
I did not see that.
Didn't see one either.
I saw the YouTube. It said their son, so it's a boy. But I don't know that.
Okay.
That's a good question. I was actually thinking about it. I was like, will it be like, is Travis Hunter, it's Travis just Travis, not Travis Jr. So maybe this becomes Travis Jr. There we go.
We'll have to see.
Good luck. Should we play the name game for Travis Hunter's kid?
I'm good.
I'm good too.
Mm-hmm.
Liv Tassley.
Travis Hunter's dad is Travis Hunter Sr.
He is senior.
So it's junior.
But I don't hear a lot of people call it Travis Jr.
I don't either.
I thought that was the case too. So could this be the second? That's how that works, right? Third? I'm sorry, third.
I have no idea.
Third.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't really go. Some people go to second, but some people go to junior.
Some people don't use it. Like Hunter doesn't use junior.
Yeah,
right?
I don't hear him say it.
Like
But
on his jersey, it doesn't say junior.
Remember, who was it? Was it Marvin Jones that changed to like senior midway through?
Was it?
I thought it was Marvin Jones.
Could have been.
In the last couple of years, like added the senior.
Well, did his father pass away, and then he has a son?
I don't know. I can't remember the story behind. I'm not even sure if it was Marvin. So somebody added like senior, which was I thought it was interesting. Instead of adding junior, they added senior. So I thought maybe they had a kid.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just decided at a later time. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anybody in your family that's like a junior or a second or a third? Because I don't.
Nah, I mean my grandfather's name was Julian, but they called him Junior.
Okay.
I think I don't know.
Maybe had the same name as his great grandfather.
But then my mom's name is Julie, so it kind of followed that down.
Yeah. All right. Travis Hunter, by the way, since December, won the Heisman Trophy, got drafted, graduated college, had his college jersey retired, got married.
It's wild that he got his jersey retired, by the way, so quickly. I mean, I get it, but
yeah,
it's wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
Kind of forget about that one. Now becomes a dad. And, I mean, I'm not going to go crazy. I joked with our group chat last night. I was like, well, now if he just goes and wins Rookie of the Year on both sides of the ball, Super Bowl champ and Super Bowl MVP, you just completed the best 13-month stretch in the history of sports.
For sure, yeah.
But there is a possibility that he does win Rookie of the Year on some side of the ball.
Could be.
We're talking about one of the great sports years you could have for an athlete, right? On and off the field.
Quite the accomplishments, for sure.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It would be insane.
I mean, hey, what was your favorite year? Yeah, it would have to be 2025. How do you beat that?
I probably wouldn't, man. It's hard to hold the candle to that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a year it's been.
Yeah.
You know the cool thing about Travis Hunter, too, because I've asked him about how crazy that year is, and he's just like, yeah, just another year.
Easy peasy, man. I like it.
Right?
So he's kept the baby on the down low, huh?
It seemed like he did, right? Not
Good for him.
many people knew about that.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, either way, like some people love to announce it, the gender reveals and all this stuff, and if you want to celebrate that, more power to you. Not for me, but I get other people want to bask in it. But I respect the people, too, that just kind of keep it on the down low. And, yeah, we're having a baby. Yeah. Keep living life.
Good for it. And, by the way, it's considering his life is so public.
It's hard to.
It's amazing that he did keep that quiet, right? Ryan Williams says George Rogers got his jersey retired while he was still playing at South Carolina. I don't remember that. I'll take your word for it, but that's pretty wild. While he was still playing?
That's wild, man. Yeah.
That is something. Hey, Trevor Lawrence, a little bit of a conversation for James Gladstone yesterday during his news conference. I thought this was one quick observation from Gladstone. He even gave news on Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, he's good to go. He was on the grass today. Like, that doesn't usually come from the GM in one of these kind of settings.
Sure,
That's usually today for Liam Cohen to do. Now, he didn't go through the whole list. Like Cohen, I'm assumingly will talk a little bit about Tyson Campbell and others.
Yeah.
But I thought that showed like kind of the unity of this group right now. They're on the same, like, yeah, that's fine. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I don't think that's happening with Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson.
Not at all. But also, I think it shows just how important Travis Hunter is to James Gladstone because of what he sacrificed to get him. But also, like, that's going to be James Gladstone's identity is through Travis Hunter. Like, if Travis Hunter can come out and ball out like we hope he can, I mean, then we're initially talking about James Gladstone being one of the best GMs. So, like, I get why he disclosed the information because James Gladstone and Travis Hunter are tied, like, at the hip together.
That's a good call. It doesn't usually happen with a position player like that. It usually happens, it usually happens with a quarterback.
Yeah.
Which is also as a position player. But, yeah, it usually happens with the quarterback. All right, here's Gladstone talking about Trevor. Listen to what he says.
Yeah, absolutely jacked at the progression that we saw from the offseason program to now where we're at through 3 preseason games and on the horizon of the regular season, because obviously going through so many different schemes throughout the early portion of his career, finding stability, finding confidence in understanding the intent of one play to the next, the operation, takes some time. And so Trevor was doing a phenomenal job operationally throughout the course of the offseason program and really being consistent in doing what was explicitly asked. Throughout the course of training camp, he began to test everything and began to push the limits, not just to do what was asked, but go beyond that. And that was the exciting thing that you began to see sort of take shape and taking riskier throws and actually threading the needle in a way that was jaw-dropping, right? And so that was the exciting progression from, let's call it the off-season program, to now where we are at the end of training camp.
A pretty loud statement, right? I mean, absolutely jacked. Nobody usually says it that emphatically about the progress. Like, that was about the progress, not necessarily about how well he's playing. Hey, he's going to be the MVP candidate. But I thought he showed you a glimpse there of the process from the offseason to the now, where he I like the part where he says he started to get comfortable enough in the offense to take chances and just play what I would call free, if I could put a word in there, and then also let his talents just show off. And I feel like, Austen, that's kind of what we've seen from Trevor. We all come away with the same thing, thinking in a small sample of preseason games or when we've been out there at practice or at the scrimmage on that Friday night inside the stadium, where he just looks comfortable and things don't look so, I don't know, rigid or tense or whatever else. And I think that was a nice, eloquent description of kind of what our eyes are seeing as this camp has gone on at times. Not all the time, because there's also been bad practices like at Miami and some other moments.
I think when you watch Trevor Lawrence in like these past couple of years of how it's transpired and like where, you know, people have had issues and where it's gone wrong, it's like he's tried to play outside of himself. He's tried to make plays that he didn't have to make, you know, and I get it. Like, you know, we call those guys gunslingers and we celebrate them. Look at this guy trying to extend a play, try to make a play. Like, you know, you appreciate that. You celebrate that. But the issue is that when he would try to do that, 9 times out of 10, it turned out bad. So then you bring in Liam Cohen now, and now you have a Trevor Lawrence who seems just a little more calm, collected in the pocket, and seems more confident. And I think that's where the excitement comes from. And I got a great glimpse of it when they played the Steelers because, and we talked about this before a little bit, but like when you had that drop ball by Brian Thomas Jr., probably a ball in a game that's not going to happen, right? He's going to catch that ball. It'll be a first down, keep dropping the ball. But for whatever reason, Brian Thomas Jr. drops that ball, right? And now all of a sudden it's like, okay, it's more of the same, right? Well, no. Then he finds Brenton Strange on a great connection. I think it was like a second check down. Sees Brenton Strange, gets the first down. Then they turn the ball over by the red zone. It's like, okay, we've seen this story before. Now Trevor's going to come back out here again, try to make something happen, turn the ball over again, and it's just going to snowball. And it didn't happen. It looked different. Like, Trevor seemed more confident. He seemed more poised. Where last year, if you're talking about drop balls and turnovers, it snowballs on itself. You didn't see that this year. And it starts at the quarterback position, and it starts with confidence and feeling calm. And that's what I've gotten from Trevor so far this preseason and obviously in these preseason games.
What do you think, Hamby? What do you like that soundbite?
I do.
Get you jacked up?
Yeah, it gets me pumped. Look, I mean, to think about Trevor making the throws that no other quarterbacks or very few other quarterbacks can make, I think is what gets you most excited, because that's what I think that Jags fans thought when Trevor was drafted. You know, he's going to make the throws that half the league won't attempt, and very few can even complete. And for Gladstone to say and reference that, you know, from memory of, I don't think he's just making that up. I think that he's earmarked specific passes that genuinely made him react like that. And whether we've seen them or not in training camp or whether they were in preseason games, obviously, I think it's that coupled with, he's seen the progression of the footwork. He's seen the reads. I mean, we talked all about the Brenton Strange completion on third down in the second preseason game, or was that the first? Second against the Saints. That was a 10-yard pass, but I think it showed a lot. We're going through every read over the field. He's our third or fourth, and we're still getting to a great, an easy completion that's in a third down where, that's a 3rd and 8,
something like that. Yeah.
That obviously the track record shows the Jags haven't had a lot of success, right? Especially when the first read's not there, and that is the national narrative about Trevor Lawrence, is that he's a one-read guy, and I don't think that's ever really been given any credence here in Jacksonville, because I don't think that's necessarily true. That's kind of the easy pickings if you watch just the highlights in the box score. But I think regardless, Trevor's going in Liam Cohen's system to be the guy who's literally playing free, because he's seeing every progression before it unfolds and being able to convert third downs that the offense just wasn't able to in the last couple of years.
I'll give you a little sneak peek. I asked him about some of that criticism, the study habits and the first read stuff, and so you hear from Trevor next week on that. And I thought he gives a pretty good explanation of some of the things in detail that from his vantage point, instead of the outside looking in. So, yeah, I mean, I think, listen, there's a lot to like. You're an old school guy in a lot of ways. You read these guys on the podium, what they're saying. Some things you catch that you don't love, some things you do love. Like, you bring that to the table a lot. What do you make of this unabashed confidence in front of a microphone, Gladstone or Cohen, quite frankly, and their willingness to say something like this about their quarterback or pump their guys up or what some would view as even putting more on their plate in terms of pressure or overhyping them? You like it?
No, I mean, I don't mind it at all.
As a player, as a former player?
As a former player, I absolutely love it. As someone who covers this team now, my biggest question is, if it does go bad, then what will that look like?
Yeah.
Will you keep that same
receipts,
energy?
Right?
Well, no, for sure. Like, will you keep that same energy, or all of a sudden does it change a little bit? So, no, listen, this is a dramatic 180 from what you saw last year, where a coaching is supporting his players, having his players back. That was, I think, one of the biggest discrepancies that you saw with Doug Peterson. So it's a complete 180. It's light and dark. It's the exact opposite. The only problem I'm going to say with this, and once again, I think it's great, but I could see in terms of over course correction, because we see this throughout history. When you course correct so much where you go like the opposite end of things, sometimes that can come across the wrong way as well.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to yet, because guess what? We're all excited for the regular season to start. But like I said, if you lose 3 or 4 games in a row, then what will the energy be? Do you keep the same energy? Do you become genuine? Or do you switch it up a little bit and now you're getting called out because of it?
Yeah, we're waiting for that adversity and how they handle that. That's their next big test whenever that happens, which, as everybody knows, and they've said it, it's going to happen. Like, the adversity is going to happen.
Yeah.
They've actually acknowledged that too. Like, they're not hiding from that. So, yeah, the transparency is cool. It's just in a weird way, as covering the Jags. And I would think even some Jags fans, I was like, oh, don't say all those nice things. Like, don't set the table that high.
I'm going to say that, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I think there are people literally saying, don't get us that excited. We don't want to be that excited. We've been excited before. Last year, you told us it was the best team ever assembled, and it's 4 wins. Not that these guys said that, but I'm just saying that's what we heard. So I think people are fearful in a sense of, how good it could be.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think if you want to turn things down in an organization and turn things down with your culture, you have to act like a champion.
Yeah.
If you take those James Gladstone sound bites and the Liam Cohen sound bites, and you don't even listen to who's hearing them, you just take the quotes, and you put that with people like Howie Roseman and the Eagles organization, that'd be, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts, I got you. Have his back, right? But we have a problem with it here, or maybe some people have a problem with it here just because of what we've seen so far in the past and what hasn't been that good the past decade here in Jacksonville. But I do like the fact that they're almost like talking like champions before they've become champions.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Like, you're setting expectations, you're setting the groundwork, and now it's up to the players to obviously take those messages, and respond to them in a positive way.
It's an interesting thing that I've caught from some of the players in the conversations, and this is another one. Like, there are two things that I think you could take totally out of context when you listen to them talk, or if I just relayed it to you right in front of a microphone. So you need the context. But one is hey, they've really taken care of us with the schedule this year in terms of we're not just here to be here, but what that comes across is oh, this is like a country club. Like, they're not working hard, right? No, that's not what they're saying. They're getting after it when they're there, but they don't necessarily that old school mentality of the NFL where you've got to be in the building for 16 hours. It's no, go get recovered, go take care of your bodies, go spend a couple hours with your family, and then get your butt in here and work. Mm-hmm. Here's the standard, and meet the standard. But I found that interesting. That has been a common theme through players that we have talked to over the last month or so, that they appreciate from Liam Cohen the way he set the schedule. The other thing is they do appreciate, not even afraid to say, hey, there's positivity in even getting to the standard. There's affirmation even when being critical. There's this balance, which kind of your mind starts to wonder. I mean, okay, well, we know what Urban did. And then even it's I think I've kind of characterized Doug Peterson as coming across as almost annoyed by his football team, where I wonder how much that resonated with the players as well. So, again, do the players these days need more positive affirmation? I don't know. But can you also get better, be criticized, and still have positive affirmation at the end of the day? Can you balance those? Yes. And I think that's what the players are at least seeing from this regime, that they actually appreciate a little bit. And I think when you have appreciation from players to coaches, that then you're all in it together. Then you're more willing to make the extra rep, right? The extra work that's got to be put in. And again, we get to see if that translates on Sundays, which is the most important thing. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. Players want to be appreciated. Players want to be respected. Players want to be cared for. Players can be very fragile creatures. And then doing so, in the end, players want to also see the plan pay off.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to put the work in training camp, if you're going to trust in your coaching and trust in the new regime, you want to see it correlated on the field. And if you start winning football games, then there you go. Then you have your culture. If you don't start winning football games right away and you're kind of busting your ass and everything, now it's all of a sudden well, we're not winning. So what's the issue here? What's the disconnect? Then that's on the coaches to go, okay, well, maybe we're doing things that, a way we shouldn't be doing. We got to change it up a little bit, but you still have to have that player's trust.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. I mean, think when Shad Khan said that, we're the best team ever assembled, we're the best coaches. How many defensive players' eyes rolled when he said we got the best coaches and their coach was Ryan Nielsen?
Yeah, probably.
That's the point. I mean, you got to be able to
But to be fair,
what you preach, too.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, were the players out on Ryan Nielsen in the preseason? Maybe,
well,
but
though.
Sure, but I think it really hit the fan once you started losing football games and what it looked like.
It gets magnified.
Of course.
Well, you want to be proven wrong as a player in that situation. Mm-hmm. But I think it was pretty early on the Ryan Nielsen, at least curiosity or doubters. Let's just say that.
For sure.
Hamby, we got to get something, or are we cool to go to break? Good break? Okay, good deal. Before we go to break, lunchtime right around the corner. You're looking for a place to go to lunch? BonosBarbecue.com. Check out the menu right there, and also how you can get rewards on their app. You can order online, then just go pick it up. 20 different locations in the area. Check it out. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If it ain't a pit, it ain't legit. BonosBarbecue.com. More with Trevor Lawrence in the conversation throughout the next week or so. Also had a chance to catch up with James Gladstone. So a lot of content heading your way in the next week when it comes to the Jags leading into that opener against the Carolina Panthers. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why gutter helmet?
Well, gutter helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of the filters, which requires maintenance. With gutter helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With gutter helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Well, college football season starts. Well, it already started, but it really feels like it starts tonight. UCF in action, and then you've got 5 straight days of action around the country, including some big games, of course. Well, not a big game in Gainesville. They're playing Long Island. But Tallahassee, there's a big game. Action Sports Jacks will be there for Alabama and Florida State. Alabama started to lose some guys, too, in that game. Be interesting to see how that one shakes out. And here in town, Edward Waters University, well, they take the field for the first time in 2025. They'll be on the road at Savannah State before coming back home next Saturday. So that'll be the home opener on next Saturday at 4 o'clock. But on the road on ESPN Plus at Savannah State on Saturday. And right now, Brian Jenkins joins us here on the program, the head football coach at EWU. And, man, must be buzzing over there getting ready. I mean, put the camp in the rear view and let's play some ball.
Absolutely. It's been buzzing, but it's been phenomenal. And I'm excited about everything and the energy that's going on and the support. So it's really been just a melee lately.
What's this like for you? Because you take over as the head man, just a short time ago.
Right.
But you've been around the program. Has this been seamless? Is that hard?
No. I've been a head coach before for 10 years, so that experience kind of helped out. And then when you got guys like Mr. Smith, Henry Smith, at your side, guiding you and directing you with some things, it makes the transition easy. And then being there as the offensive coordinator for 4 years and not a head coach, I know the guys pretty well.
Yeah.
I kind of have an idea of some things that we need to improve on and where we need to kind of change the culture at. So it kind of gave me a little bit of a cheat sheet. So, but it's been good thus far. It's still been tough, only 6 weeks to kind of get your program and what you want in place. But I have a great coaching staff, and it's been pretty good thus far.
Coach, I had almost like 30 years of experience.
Right.
And during those 30 years, how much have you had to change up just your styles, your philosophy to try and fit like this modern football player now?
Oh, you have to change a lot.
And we were just talking about that
absolutely.
before the break.
Absolutely. You got to change a lot. I tell people a lot of times, a lot of the old legends, they couldn't coach during this time. Football's different. The players are different. The atmosphere is different, So I've had to adapt and change, and that's what good coaches do. They learn to adapt and change and make things work in their favor. So it's been a little difficult in some areas, but for the most part, it's been pretty good.
What's been the biggest change, would you say, from when you started out to now?
I would say that the mental health part of it is a lot more extreme now than it was when I was young and playing and different things like that, and that's just because of the development of society, and the many different things that young people have to deal with now. That's been the biggest. So you always got to keep that in mind as a coach. What is this young man going through? And just to make sure he's stable mentally. So that's been the biggest change.
You've had a heck of a football career. I mean, you go all the way back to the playing from Fort Lauderdale, but playing days at Cincinnati, right? And then you take over Bethune-Cookman and have a nice run at Bethune-Cookman. I think you only lost 14 games or something, right?
Yes, that's correct.
What made that run so successful down there at Daytona?
Well, the people around me. I had a great administration staff and Lynn Thompson and Tony O'Neill, Booker and Reggie. So I had an extremely great administration staff, had great presidents during that time. And also I had a great football staff. I had guys that understood the mission, understood what we were trying to do, and they were good leaders, but they were good followers as well. And so that made the job easy. And once we established what we wanted to do and how to do it, with the support that we had, it was a given that we were going to have some success.
And then you go to Alabama State, and then you end up, obviously, sooner or later here at EWU. And now you're watching this place grow.
Right.
I mean, it's a fun time. I've said it for years now. Every time Henry brings somebody in or pops in, it's really cool to watch the growth of Edward Waters.
Right.
And you're in the middle of it.
Yes, it's been wonderful. For the last 5 years, I've seen the university grow in every area, athletically, academically, socially. I mean, just all over. Our leader, Dr. Faison is doing a phenomenal job. His cabinet is doing a phenomenal job. So you've really seen a lot of growth, on the campus and with the university. So it's really been impressive to me.
Well, and you got football talent here. How much is that helpful to build the program? I mean, you got a bunch of local guys on the team, and you can get them from all over the place, but you don't have to go far for this area, and especially in this landscape. See, that's what I always think. The Edward Waters University football program can be even better than it's ever been because so many kids are now getting overlooked in the landscape of college sports, a lot of other sports, but even football because of the transfer portal or NIL or all these other things.
Right.
I got to believe the talent pool is as good as it's been for a program like yours.
Absolutely. It's the talent pool in Jacksonville is phenomenal. And then you have South Georgia, too, that has phenomenal talent. So, just trying to get the young men to stay home and come to Edward Waters, it has been a feat. So sometimes having a large talent pool in the area is good. Sometimes it's bad because you got outsiders that's going to come and poach and get the guys too. But we're making a strong investment in Jacksonville to keep the area talent here, and hopefully we can have some success and build this program around Jacksonville talent.
I'm speaking of talent, Coach. So your son is a pretty good wide receiver. Is he still playing now? Is he at Alabama A&M, or where's your son at currently?
No, actually, he's working in admissions at Edward Waters. He's not playing anymore. He says he's officially retired.
Okay, got you.
He actually got rid of all of his cleats the other day.
Okay, yeah.
But he's doing a phenomenal job. I'm very proud of him. He's making his own way.
Yeah.
And I really see great things happening for him.
Well, what I want to ask, Coach, because as me being a father too, as a 10-year-old right now who's going through the whole football experience, like, being the coach that you are, like, how much of it was, being a coach to him and showing him the way, and how much of it was just kind of enjoying it and being a father?
Well, it was exciting on both ends.
Okay.
And the one thing I always said, because I've witnessed being a coach, and father sometimes be disastrous. So I wanted to make sure that I was a coach when I needed to be, and I was a father, when I needed to be too. But a father always overshadowed coach.
Yeah.
So, for me, it was easy because I've always made sure I had that balance or imbalance, should I say, and the imbalance leaned towards the father part. And but it's been exciting. I think he wants to get into coaching because he's at practice more and more. And he'll call me at night saying he saw this on film, he saw that on film. So, I think he's leaning towards it, and if it's what he wants to do, that's fine. I think he'll be good at it. I just pray that he's successful at whatever venture he takes.
You said something early on in this conversation. You mentioned like trying to get the culture right and everything that you want to instill as a coach, even though this transition happened kind of late. I mean, it feels almost impossible to get it to where you want to get it to on a culture, this late. I mean, you spend a lot of the off season probably making that culture stick.
Right.
So, I mean, are you trying to catch up to that, or you just going to be, hey, we got to take this, almost be patient with that part of it?
Well, I think it's a combination of all of it. My thought process and the way I'm built is, there's no excuses. You go in and make your way and make it the way you want it. So changing the culture, to what I wanted, to what I want. We're not all the way there, but we're getting there. And so with the coaches that I have and them understanding, what the main thing is and keep the main thing, it makes it a lot easier. Now, it is tough. Don't get me wrong. It's tough. But the only thing I know is make no excuses, find a way to get it done, and just keep digging.
So here's a look at the TV schedule that EW will be all over the place. So EW fans all around the country can watch a lot of the games this year for the Tigers, which is pretty cool. I guess I'll ask you the most obvious question. Do you think you're pretty good?
I think we have a good football team. I really do. Our young men have really been working hard. They've committed to and have done everything that we've asked them to do as a coaching staff. My coaching staff has been committed and dedicated. And the main thing that I've been telling the guys for the last couple of weeks, no matter what we do, we got to do it with detail. And that's what we've been focusing on, detail, the detail in doing things. And I tell you what, thus far we've had some success. We're not all the way there, but we're a work in progress. But I really believe we're going to have a really, really good football team.
That's good. It'll be fun to watch EWU again. They kick off Saturday on the road at Savannah State. You can watch it on ESPN+. They also come back home next Saturday to begin their home slate. And, again, a bunch of games will be broadcast, so that will be pretty cool. Brian Jenkins, the head coach of the EWU Tigers, with us right now. And I'm thinking about just like during the break, you guys can spar a little bit, or
no.
You guys.
Oh yeah, Coach knows his stuff, man. Yeah, Coach knows his stuff over here, man.
Yeah,
I was really impressed.
That's what we were talking about in the break.
Yeah,
I know a different weight class.
Those days for me are over. Way over. Like I say, when I saw him stand up, I didn't realize he was that big. No, those days over. He can have it.
But Coach, let me ask you this. I mean, training jiu-jitsu, training MMA, like has that training kind of influenced you in your coaching style and just what you bring to the game? Like, what kind of lessons have you learned from that sport of MMA and jiu-jitsu, and what have you brought over now to football?
Absolutely. Training jiu-jitsu is one of the greatest things that I've ever done personally, and being able to transfer a lot of the teachings and philosophies over to my coaching style has been wonderful. The number one things is that I've learned from jiu-jitsu is operate off your trained behavior. That's the main thing. Operate off your trained behavior. So when things get difficult, don't go outside of the box. Stay with your trained behavior. And your trained behavior will get you through,
What does that mean? Give me an example of that.
Well, if you get in a tough situation, say if you in jiu-jitsu, say if you get in a tough situation, they may have you in an arm bar or chokehold. If you panic, it's over with. You don't give yourself a chance. But if you operate off of your trained behavior, think your way through it, you calm down, you breathe, you use the techniques that you've worked over and over and over again in training, then you can find a way to get out of it and reverse everything. So that's why you want to operate off your trained behavior and not panic. And it's the same thing on the field. If you have a bad play or a team jumps up, don't leave your game plan. Make your adjustment, stick with what you've been taught, the fundamentals, and eventually you'll be able to flip it back and gain the advantage. So that's what I learned, And the other thing is stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. That is big, And in jiu-jitsu, if you're thinking 2, 3, or too many moves ahead, then you miss the moment you're in, and next thing you know, bam, you're in a bad situation. But if you stay in the moment and handle the moment that you're in, naturally you'll be prepared to overcome the next moment to come. So that's what those are the things that I've been able to take from jiu-jitsu and apply to my coaching and teach my football team.
Spoken like a true black belt, man. Just because, like in jiu-jitsu, they always say, take them to deep waters, right? And it's one of those things where your mind's going to quit before your body does. Right. So when you start feeling that panic and everything, you just kind of shut down. So they always say, like, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I think that's what coaches kind of bring to the table, man.
Absolutely.
Which, by the way, is football in general.
Of course.
Which you really liken it to that. And late game situations,
right.
tense situations in life, right? Yeah, I mean, that's great advice for anybody doing anything.
Right.
But football, it gets magnified.
Yeah, and in jiu-jitsu, it teaches you to operate and think during chaos. Yeah. When things are chaotic for other people, it's got to be your natural zone. And so that's why for my practice, I try to make things chaotic for my guys. I really do. We got a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, a lot of adjustments. We may have a script, and then, we'll adjust the script on the run, try to throw them off beat. And it tests all the skills that we've taught them. Now when we get to the game and something occurs, it doesn't affect them, but jiu-jitsu has been really good. And I would encourage anyone to do it. Now don't get me wrong. And some people may get mad at me for saying this, but I think athletes that's in jiu-jitsu and MMA, they're some of the greatest athletes in the world. I mean, because you got to think during combat. You got to play offense and defense at the same time, and then to be in the physical conditioning that you have to be in. Man, it's a whole nother level. So it really taught me a lot about those athletes and gave me a newfound respect for those guys. That's why I got an instant respect for this guy when I found out he was a fighter, because I know what he goes through, and I know the training, the high level training and painful training that it takes.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and I know I'm not doing it ever.
Oh, don't worry, man. I'm still getting Brent.
No,
when I'm sharing a show with you, Brent, I'm still getting my mental gymnastics in with you, man. So it's all good.
That's easy.
Mental training over here with Brent Martineau.
But hey, how many of you guys know that about your background? Because bottom line is, I don't care how big they are, probably shouldn't mess with coach.
Exactly, man.
All of them know.
They do know, because you're teaching a lot of those principles.
Right, absolutely. And then, with YouTube and all that stuff, they go look things up. But all of them know, and I talk to them about it frequently and tell them how it helped me in life, personally, how it helped me operate under, like I say, stressful conditions in a calm way and think my way through. So it's taught me how to turn it on, when to turn it on, when not to turn it on, because it teaches you the disciplines too of, you might be out and somebody gets out of control. It teaches you the disciplines of, hey, not worth it, walk away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things there that jiu-jitsu teaches you. It really does, other than the combative part of it.
Yeah, by the way, you're coaching and you're dealing with younger people, and you're also dealing with referees, and you're dealing with your staff. You got to even still draw on some of those, even you.
Right.
Even like you're in a cage.
Right.
At times, I'm sure. One last one for you, unless Austin's got something else. But as we visit with Brian Jenkins from EWU, football starts on Saturday at Savannah State, then back home next Saturday here at home at the beautiful new field and facility and stadium there at Edward Waters. Are you having fun? I feel like when we talk to coaches, even who've been around a bit, seem to have fun around this generation of kids. There are the challenges that come that get labeled with this generation of kids.
Right.
But also there's almost this energy around them too. I mean, does that still exist for you? And especially like in 2025 with this group. Absolutely.
And any coach that doesn't have fun coaching his kids, he needs to get out of the profession.
Yeah.
You do want to win and you do want to teach them the tough lessons, but my fun comes from watching them have fun. That's where my fun comes from. And it's an enjoyment to see them laugh, joke, and we build a relationship of being able to laugh and joke, because I look at it like this. You got 4 years to teach these young men life lessons. Now you're going to see what type of teacher you are after those 4 or 5 years, and when you can laugh about the time that you had with those guys when you were teaching them the life lessons, that lets you know you've done a good job. So I really enjoy my players, the good and the bad. We laugh at it, but I'm having a fun time, with them, while we build a winner. And I wouldn't have it no other way.
Well, we're going to watch a lot of football around this weekend. We're going to look at those sidelines and say, that dude does not look like he's having fun coaching.
Yeah.
Not Brian Jenkins, though. Thanks, man. Good luck this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
We'll be back. Brent and Austen Show, the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon, and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
You okay?
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Let's go fishing on a Thursday. We welcome in Paul Dozier to the studio, who, I mean, I don't know how much fishing we're going to get out of him the Thursday before college football season. And the Gators kicking off Saturday night in the Swamp.
Got to feel nervous about it.
Thriller.
Got to feel nervous about it.
Thriller. I'll be watching the LSU Clemson game on my phone mostly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, be fun. Hopefully the weatherman's wrong. We may need to get Mike Burrish in here. Big chance of rain. But, hey, Crown Royal will still taste good.
It always tastes good, right?
It does.
No matter the weather.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's something about college football, and I don't know. I mean, we're Jaguar season ticket holders as well. We do many of those Saturday, Sunday doubleheaders, and it's tough on the liver too. But you know, there's something about it. I mean, this won't be a huge environment this weekend, but even South Florida coming in next week, you know, you got to think they're going to bring a bunch of people in town. It'll be a lot more than this week, obviously.
Well, how many? Sorry, Austin.
Go ahead.
How many Long Island University fans will be in the Swamp this Saturday night?
Well, there's no such thing as a Long Island University fan, but
For real.
The parents' families, I would imagine, will be the few there are will be the families of the. I mean, I'm sure there's
Disney.
There's a few. I mean, I bet there'll be 200-300 Long Island fans.
I bet there's more than that.
Hamby,
500.
Yeah.
Hamby, have you seen their logo for Long Island University?
No, but I saw.
It looks like it was made off Microsoft Paint, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's just
AI
it's bad.
shark. It's a terrible.
It's bad. Huh?
Is that bad? I thought the color scheme was good if I noticed it right, but the actual
color
logo
schemes,
isn't good.
I think it's good because it's different because we haven't seen a lot of it, but their logo is literally constructed on Microsoft Paint.
Well, the Jacksonville Sharks logo is far superior.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no question.
Yeah. What's the spread in that game? Do you even know?
45.5. Not that I gamble or anything.
Yeah, had to look that one up.
Yeah,
I was like, I think I saw.
I'll take the first half line, maybe. I'll take the first half to cover.
I got issues. I was gambling last week just to gamble. There you go. No, I'm not a big money guy. I just put a little action in there to there you go. There you go.
Microsoft Paint.
Put a little action on the game to give you a reason to watch it.
I tell you, that's been the same. These guys got me into doing the same thing right now.
Blame it on us. I'm not betting. I'm just betting for the show. You're the one that's doing it for real.
Like I told you, though, I'm not wagering something and then going to win. Like you did. He did the first one. He had like this crazy bet for like $10. I would have won, I don't know, $600.
No, I was like 100.
I was only like a parlay. Yeah.
But I'm not doing that and not winning. I'd rather lose.
I used to do the parlay thing.
I did win, Brent. Like I know I beat you guys. That's winning.
When I was a kid, I used to go down to a fish camp. They'll remain nameless, and they'd give this little piece of paper. This is before internet and everything. This is 30 years ago, and I thought I knew everything about football. And if you pick 3 games right and you got them all right, you'd win 4 to whatever the odds were. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, this is free money. So I'd go down there as a 17, 18-year-old kid. And I did win occasionally. You pick 2 or 3 games against the spread. They give you a list, and then they take it back to the bar that night and turn it in. They didn't know whose $10 bill was stapled to it or $20 bill, but I lost more than I won. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah,
most of the
sure.
time.
There's no question.
Hey, let's go fishing. Presented by Nimnik Buick GMC Armor Guard Exteriors. Got our helmet of NorthFlorida.com. The place to go. By the way, save 25% when you tell them Action Sports Shack sent you. Right now, it's 15% on the website. Tell them Action Sports Shack sent you. It's 25% off at Armor Guard Exterior. Got our helmet of NorthFlorida.com. And I noticed today a new video you guys put out.
Yeah.
The Northeast Wahoo?
Yeah, Northeast Florida Wahoo Shootout and Old School. We got a new home. We've got a new venue that's going to host our tournament, and we're really excited about it. It's going to be a game changer for us. It's called the Ancient City Farmstead. It's off International Golf Parkway. They've got about 40 or 50 acres out there with about 1,500 of natural preserve that backs up to it, and they've got some wildlife, but they've got a barn, an air-conditioned barn that'll seat 300 people. They've got another outdoor barn that's awesome, and bathrooms and parking for 1,000 cars. And it's going to be a game changer for us, honestly.
How new is that place? I didn't even know it existed.
It's crazy. I've been around here a long time, as you guys have as well, and I know a lot of people that have been around here a lot longer than me, and hardly anybody's ever heard of it. It's new. So a couple brothers bought this property, and they've done a fantastic job, and they're going to draw some big things. But it's
like where you got married, Hamby. Basically, it's like, but no,
up in Callahan.
Yeah, you didn't see it, Austin. You broke down before you got there.
Sure
but
did.
It's like Callahan has a wedding venue.
Yeah,
I'm assuming this is going to be used as a wedding venue as well.
Yeah,
and it really reminds me of that, but just down in St. Aug. And again, you can tell them their advertising works. I saw it because I saw your post today on
I think
Old School
that's
Kingfish Shootout.
I think that's one of the draws to us is they're going to bring us in. We have a big crowd that'll come with us and show off their spot, and it's gorgeous. And they've done a fantastic job. But it's if you look at their website, I mean, this isn't an ad for Ancient City Farmstead, but they've got this wedding thing set up, and they've got a bridal room. It looks like it's got 10 or 12 stalls for a beauty parlor in there, and it's like so I met these guys and I'm like, they say we don't want to do weddings anymore. I'm like, what you got all this? I mean, are you kidding me? This is a bride's dream. Mm-hmm. I promise you take a newly engaged lady into this place and you show her this place. Name the price. You can do
that's right. Cut the check.
I promise you.
It looks like Yellowstone.
It's a game changing type place. But the guy says, "Man, I'm tired of dealing with I'm tired of dealing with Bridezilla. I'm tired of it. Every time they come here, they complain. They do nothing but complain, and we want to get more into corporate events. So hey, I understand the Bridezilla. I've dealt with a few of those in my life too.
By the way, if we if we mentioned this a couple more times, they might be sponsoring Let's Go Fishing very soon.
Let's go.
That was such a look at it.
That was it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Farmstead.
Yeah.
Farmstead.
AncientCityFarmstead.com.
Is there an app, Paul, or not? Or do you have to go online?
Not yet.
Okay. We'll see.
Maybe tomorrow.
We'll see. We'll see.
Good stuff. What's the fishing like right now? Did Austen already ask you that?
No, he hasn't.
No,
but I'll tell you, the fishing is good. Really, the mullet run has begun, and that what the mullet run means is all these fish, all these mullet, which is a very popular bait fish. They're I guess hatched in the estuaries, and they grow up, and then they become finger mullet, and then they. When the first northeaster in September, the last one in August comes, they leave the inlets and they go out on the beach and they go south and they migrate, and it's a great time to fish, and it's begun, and it'll happen, in September and October. So it's already started, and what that does is a lot of times the big schools of bait will flow out the inlets, the St. Johns River, the St. Augustine Inlet, all of them, and the bigger predators are out there eating them. Redfish. Flounder, tarpon, the best time of year to catch a tarpon, which are amazing fish.
That's interesting. We're in hurricane season.
Yeah.
We had a storm go off the coast last week, probably right about when you were on the show, and I was down in Miami. So is the fishing more sporadic for fishermen? Not maybe doesn't matter almost how good the fishing is. Are people a little bit more wary of planning trips, going out, because you never know what's coming around the corner, or the forecast so far in advance now that doesn't matter?
Well, this time of year, if you notice, sometimes you get these morning thunderstorms. There was a thunderstorm this morning down off St. Augustine, or in St. Augustine, and a lot of times they form up overnight out over the Gulf Stream. So, a lot of guys are going sword fishing in August, and to go sword fishing, you out there at night and you spend the night offshore. But if a storm comes up, it pops up, you got to be able to run from it or get away from it, because it can go from flat calm to 6-8 foot seas in no time. As far as inland stuff, the fishing was amazing right before the hurricane. I don't know if it's the pressures, the fish know something's coming or know there's a weather change coming, but they caught 11 kingfish on the Jacksonville Beach Pier that Sunday before that swell came through.
Wow.
And I think we talked about how bad the kingfishing's been this summer in comparison to previous, because there's been cold water and different reasons. So obviously it had gotten right, and they were catching all these fish. Well, when the hurricane comes, and of course it didn't come here, it passed about 300 miles offshore of us, I believe, and it creates that big swell, creates a lot of surf, which dirties everything up. So the fishing was great before, and now we got to wait and see. We got to wait. It's got to the water's got to clean up and clear up, and then I would guess by maybe tomorrow or Saturday or this weekend that maybe it'll be back to good again. But it takes a few days. I mean, it gets stirred up like that. It gets really bad.
That's interesting.
But it changes everything. My friend, the captain of the ringleader, was fishing that Sunday before the storm and had the best day of kingfishing ever. Saw kingfish skyrocketing everywhere. They were down fishing off Flagler Beach, and then after the storm they went back and not a bite.
Nothing.
So
I guess it makes sense.
But that was further offshore. That was in 80, 90 feet of water. That wasn't right along the beach. So I knew it'd be different. I didn't think it'd be that drastically.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of the inshore stuff, Captain Roger Bump, we got him, Hamby. Let's take a listen this week.
Captain Roger here with your Action Sports Fishing Tip of the Week. And when I'm out here pre-fishing, I always have a number of different rods rigged up with different lures on them. Whether it's a free rig, jig head, or a lip diver, or a top water. And as I come down the bank, I can quick grab that rod, unhook, and make a cast accordingly. This is Captain Roger with your Action Sports Fishing Tip of the Week.
All right. I like that. You got to have multiple weapons.
Yeah, I mean, heck yeah.
What do you say, a lip diver?
Yeah, a lip diver is like a plug, a lure that's got a lip. So when you throw it out and you reel it, it makes it dive down. It'll make it go down a few feet under the surface. Versus a topwater plug is more of a, just basically just work it across the top of the water.
Paul, let me ask you this: like, in like a fisherman, is there like certain types of poles that you will just use? Like, like for instance, like in Wisconsin, snowmobiles, right? Like everyone's got their own brand of snowmobiles that they prefer, and each snowmobile kind of says something about that person's personality. You see it with trucks all around here. Some people are Ford, some people are Dodge, some people are Chevy. Are you the same way when it comes to poles? Like, is there like a brand that you prefer, and like you won't be caught dead using a different brand?
Not really. I think most people use Shimano reels. They seem to be the best pin reels. I think that everybody would like to use the American-made stuff, but the reality of it is that most of the pins are being made overseas too these days, and Shimano's a superior product.
Gotcha.
So most people are using Shimano. Daiwa makes good inshore reels. Penn has some nice stuff too. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people do that, but there's not like that's more of a boat thing than it is a fishing rod thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people like contenders. Some people like yellowfin. Some people like front runners. Some people like fountains. Yeah.
Well, that's good though. It's
yeah.
good for
Heck
business.
yeah. It's also interesting. It doesn't matter what you get. It seems like whatever you had when you first got started, like if somebody buys a contender, let's just say, then they're going to probably be a contender guy.
Sure.
That's kind of the next boat. So when they buy a 23-foot contender, their next boat is probably going to be a 31 contender or something along those lines. So it's just interesting how that a lot of times when somebody switches boat brands, it's like, oh, why did he switch?
What happened?
Yeah. So.
That's kind of like golf, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like tailor-made.
Yeah, do equipment change. Tiger Woods changes equipment, buddy. It's news.
Speaking of, Tiger's in town right now. His son Charlie playing that Junior Players Championship. So I'm assuming Tiger's there watching. We'll find out a little bit later.
Aren't you covering it?
There. We are. Marcel's going to go out there. We'll probably go out again on Saturday or Sunday. It's got. We have.
Yeah, to do this fishing forecast, man.
That's right. I hear you, man. Well, he's a big Tiger guy, so
we have 3 locals. Oh, we have 5 locals, and 3 or 4 of them are like really like worldwide good, including Miles Russell playing in this event, but also Charlie Woods is the headliner. And that thing got going this morning at the Junior Players, but always a big event. Top 80 juniors like in the world over there at TPC Sawgrass.
They play in the stadium course?
And they play the stadium course for 4 days, which is usual. That's a little unusual for a junior tournament too, right? To play all 4 days, but
that's awesome.
They make it up like that. All right, there was big news. We'll end with this huge news this week in the sports world, and I just want you guys to know that I asked Trevor Lawrence about it yesterday when I sat down with him.
I might retire after asking this question because I can't believe I'm going to ask it. But Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, is it infiltrated the locker room?
I wouldn't say infiltrated. I've heard a couple guys talking about it, but not too much. It hasn't taken over yet. So there was a lot going on yesterday, obviously, with cuts and a lot other more important stuff in our building going on. But I am happy for them. I don't know Taylor, but I know Travis, and he's awesome, great guy. So I'm happy for him.
I left this morning. I asked my wife, I'm like, what do you want to know about Trevor? She's like, is he going to their wedding? I was like, I don't think he is.
I don't think I see Travis a couple times a year. We talk for a minute. I don't know if I'm going to make the list, but if I do, I'll let her know.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Throwing Steph underneath the bus too. Unbelievable.
No, that was real life.
I got you. Dude, I told you they're not talking about it in the locker room.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I had to ask.
I think it's a fair question.
Like, well, yeah.
I told him yesterday, Paul. Like in NFL locker rooms, there's a lot of conversation going on, but like relationships, especially with people that like are not your team, that never happens. Now, trust me, if you could get like a microphone there and hear some of the conversations about whether it's political stuff, religion, or I mean, you want to talk about a TV show.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a podcast. That's your podcast right there.
That cold tub is talking.
Yeah, of course. but in terms of like relationships, yeah.
Taylor Swift is I mean, dude, I am far from a Swiftie. I couldn't if you put her music on, I wouldn't know what it is, honestly. Sure. But she's the biggest celebrity in the world.
She is.
Right? I mean, it's a big deal. And I mean, I see on the ticket prices. StubHub sent out a thing that says the first Chiefs home game is like going to be like an engagement party, and the ticket prices, the demand's gone up 60% since they announced their engagement, and the prices are going up like crazy. I wonder if everybody thinks, oh God, maybe she's coming to Jacksonville for Monday Night Football.
So when I worked on the morning show, we had Taylor Swift tickets, and like obviously that was a big commodity because like those were going for thousands of dollars. So like it came down to like how do I get these tickets away, and it was my idea where we get like a boxing ring out in the parking lot, and we let people box for, and whoever wins, like we'll have judges, wins the Taylor Swift tickets. But they're like, I could be a liability. Have them sign the waiver. But no,
great.
We had Taylor Swift trivia. So there you go.
My mom.
Really phone it in with some Taylor Swift trivia.
Make a name for yourself, people.
Yeah, we could have had middle-aged women boxing in the parking lot.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah,
Action News Jax would have been there. Ben Becker would have been interviewing people. John Bachman would have been there. Like,
maybe what we ought to do, Austin, is we can go buy us a couple pairs of these $1,000 tickets, and then we can do this and get the women fighting, out. Hey, forget. I mean, we won't do it here. We'll just do this down at the Ancient City Farmstead, and we'll sell the tickets.
Right to soft.
And we'll sell the tickets, and we'll have. How bad do you want to please your daughter?
Exactly.
I mean, do you not love your daughter? Are you gonna fight her? Or are you gonna sit here and let her have your tickets? I mean, what's the deal?
Headgear optional.
Paul was pretty good at this stuff because I was about 10 seconds before he said it. I was like, I hope he goes to the Ancient City thing. And he did it.
Paul knows what he's doing, man.
He delivered.
Paul knows what he's doing.
That was pretty good. The craziest thing. Hey, Hamby, I don't know if you'll be able to do this, but can you play that first part again? And when I asked the question, and like right after I asked the question, watch Trevor look over to the side.
Okay.
Because the setup here is.
Marissa right there?
No, Marissa wasn't there. This isn't. No. But Trevor and also Amanda, who's in their PR team, who was there, they're both, you could tell, like you can feel it. They're like, where is this going?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Right.
I might retire after asking this question because I can't believe I'm going to ask it. But Taylor Kelsey, is it infiltrated?
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
is this guy serious?
Are you really going to ask me about this? But actually, I'm going to tell the thing, Trevor's the best on this stuff. He actually is looking at Liv, who's shooting the interview.
Okay.
Because I think he's like,
that was a Liv question.
Liv made you ask this question.
That was a Liv question. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's amazing.
So, man. Hey, listen. I can't say I'm the most proud I've ever been of asking that question.
I think it's fair.
I also
Austin
will say,
that's what I mean.
I appreciate.
I know the answer.
Trevor, as the franchise quarterback. And at least now being around him for this while, that you can ask him that question.
For sure. Absolutely.
I don't
Trevor's
know.
cool,
I'm trying to think myself. I'm like, if I go around the league right now, and if you ask that question to all 32
Aaron Rodgers,
what is their reaction?
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers, I think would play.
Josh Allen would play.
Because
Josh is like
Mahomes obviously would.
Mahomes would play.
I feel like Tua would. I think Baker Mayfield
I think Lamar would. I think Lamar would.
Yeah, I mean,
I think most would.
I think most of
I'm
them.
trying to think of a quarterback that wouldn't.
Hurts ain't playing ball with that.
Don't think so.
Hurts is too busy like squatting in the squat rack. Yeah.
Boulder, not a chip.
He's like, man, what are we doing here? I have to go work out.
Justin Herbert plays.
First of all, don't hate on Jalen Hurts. That's Super Bowl winner Jalen Hurts, Hamby. Don't make me die on that hill again.
Oh gosh, here we
Hamby doesn't think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. It's all good though.
But he thinks Trevor is, right?
No.
Okay. Well,
this year, Paul.
Listen, I like Trevor a lot, and I think he has potential to be a top 10 quarterback, but he's certainly not now. And let's just hope the offensive line can protect him.
Yep, that's gonna be a big part of it.
That's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion.
We hope so.
That's helped out Jalen Hurts a lot. Is a great offensive line.
Yeah,
Hey, came in here to talk fishing. Got a little Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey too. There you go.
Whatever,
go Gators!
Whatever
Saturday.
it takes. If the Gators lose, I'm never coming back on.
If the Gators lose, I want to see you rocking one of those LIU T-shirts.
Yes.
One of those photoshopped Microsoft Paint T-shirts.
Oh, my God.
This isn't even 16-1 in the NCAA tournament.
No, not even close.
No,
Like this is not.
No.
This is Chaminade, Virginia.
No, I mean, anything could happen, and Hamby and I were talking about it before.
Yeah, don't say that,
no,
Paul.
No. But this is what I'm saying. When I say anything can happen, like they could get the opening kickoff and drive down and kick a field goal and lead 3-0. Lightning start striking, and they postpone the game or cancel the game, and then I could hear it already. All right, dude, they lost 3-0. Florida didn't even get the ball.
Yeah.
I mean. What would you say it was, Hamby? 2017. We sat there all day and tailgated all day, and Northern Colorado was playing the Gators, and they kicked it off, and 4 or 5 plays happened, and lightning happened, and they never restarted.
That was Irma.
Canceled the game.
How about that? That's crazy. Well, Paul, if you don't come back ever again, it's been good having you on the show.
Been a pleasure, Paul.
I like my chances to be here next week. I think we got a decent chance.
It's like me going fishing and beating Michael Jordan's team.
Man.
Yeah. What did they just do? The white
Marlin Open.
The White Marlin Open. There
yes,
you go.
sir.
Paul Dozier, Let's Go Fishing, presented by Nimnick Buick GMC. Go see our friends over off Phillips Highway or NimnickBuickGMC.com, and also Armor Guard Exterior, Gutter Helmet of NorthFlorida.com. Thanks, Paul. Have a good time this weekend watching some college ball and fishing if you do. Jaguars All Access debuts tonight. Jeff Lageman and me from Spring Sports Brewery in Springfield. Thursdays are at Springfield. Jags Report live on Mondays start after the season opener. That's at Spring Sports Brewery in Jax Beach. You can always catch them both on Fox 30 at 7 o'clock. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon-Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Shacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax Pal.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Tim Patrick now with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The trade complete yesterday morning. Austin Trammell is out. And James Gladstone talked a lot about I kept hearing the basketball analogy, whether it was with the wide receiver room, the running back room. They wanted a guy that could fill out the slot as a power forward center type. 6'5" Tim Patrick is the guy. And now he is the 5th receiver in the Jags on the roster, I should say. What the expectations should be for Tim Patrick, I don't know. But James Gladstone seemed to be very excited to bring him in to this roster and see what he could do.
Yeah, no doubt. Tim Patrick, I think, is a good find. I mean, why not, right? I mean, it checks a lot of boxes, like we said. The 6th-round draft pick is cool. And there's upside in this move, and now you really just got to hope he stays healthy. He's had some bad injury luck, and especially missing 2 complete years. That's pretty odd to do that. And he played for the Lions, was good, not great last year. And so you wonder, as a 31-year-old body, if healthy, he actually doesn't have the wear and tear of 2 seasons on him. Could that help in a way? We'll find out. Again, I mean, it's a 5th receiver. We're wondering how much Parker Washington's going to get on the field. Right. So how much is Tim Patrick going to get on the field is debatable.
I mean, we should probably be nervous if he's getting a lot of game reps because that means somebody probably got seriously hurt. So, I mean, listen, I think it's important to round out your depth, right, and to raise the floor like we've been talking about. I think Tim Patrick does that. But also, let's have expectations. How many NFL teams around there are, really excited and debating about their 5th wide receiver?
Right.
You know, it's not because, obviously, we have receivers in front of them that we're expecting big things from. Now, if an injury does happen and you need that guy to come in and fill a role, so be it. But, if I'm going to be honest, if we don't talk about Tim Patrick the rest of the year in terms of, his availability in terms of being a wide receiver, I'm okay with it because it means that this receiving core is doing their job and everyone's staying healthy.
But it's also the experience factor because, as Gladstone mentioned before yesterday, De'Ami Brown was your oldest guy in the room, and he's 25. BTJ, 22, Travis Hunter, 22, Parker Washington, I believe, is 23, maybe scratching 24 now. But you didn't have if De'Ami Brown, who just signed a second contract, is your longest tenured guy in the NFL, maybe not a bad idea to bring in a guy who's been around for about a decade.
Yeah, I think what Gladstone said, and I know you might have some more sound from Gladstone we can get to here in just a moment as we give you our Republic Services recycled headlines of the day here on a Thursday on the Brent and Austin Show. Recycling Simplified And obviously the Jags roster shuffle continues. Back on the practice field today with the media out there. They actually practiced yesterday too. The good news, Cole Van Lanen, we wondered why Fred Johnson might be able to be moved. He's back out on the practice field. Milam is not, and he's in a big brace. We think that's going to be a bit. I don't know if they're going to shed a light on how long that's going to be, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit. We also know Buster Brown yet. I think that's going to be a little bit. Caleb Ransaw was an interesting topic yesterday. They did not think he was going to go to IR. At least they had hope for him to come out of a boot, not need surgery, be able to contribute. It turns out, according to Gladstone, when he got out of the boot, he still needed surgery. And by that time, he needed the line of when he would come back just didn't make sense.
And it would have felt like rushing.
Yeah, so he loses the year, and it seemed like they had, at least what he said, had a good plan for him too. So you wonder what that plan was for him if he had come along nicely in camp and how much they're going to miss not having a guy like Caleb Ransaw as their third round.
Do we know, is it a foot or it's a lower?
Foot.
Okay, so that's
but he
not
just
good.
said foot. So, like, it's not like lower leg, but he did
But it's
say
more
foot.
specific than just a lower leg injury.
Yeah, and I
It's a
saw
foot.
somebody saying, again, we can sit here and guess all day. Does that mean it was potentially a Liz Frank type of situation? That's what Travis Etienne had his rookie year. Ventrell Miller had an ACL. That would be a totally different thing. So,
well, that's where my mind goes when I've heard like there was a plan in place to try to get him back through the season, and then they saw that he wasn't progressing, so he had to get surgery. My mind immediately goes to a Liz Frank injury because I've had one myself.
And he said non-contact too, which also would lend to that, right?
Yep.
But anyway, that's too bad. That's too bad we won't see Ransaw. Because, again, they were pretty high on him. And if you remember, I think the story on Ransaw was like one of the most athletic guys coming out. That RAS score, right? That we're talking about.
I talked about this yesterday. Like, outside of Travis Hunter, he was probably my second favorite Jaguar I was excited to watch perform, even maybe more than Tootin, just because, you know, of a guy who ran a 4.3, who was decently sized, playing safety. I was excited for it.
Yeah.
Not going to see it now.
Yeah, not going to see that. So what do you got from James Gladstone from yesterday? Just a couple of quick hitters from that news conference, and anything else catch your attention, Hamby?
Yeah, I asked about just the fact that there was 0 waiver wire pickups, and then about the trade. Here's what he said.
Oh, man, I'm sure it would have been fun for our fan base to see some claims come through. Obviously, a little different than the draft. You don't have the opportunity to move up in the claiming order. But nonetheless, we're really happy with the way that the 53-man roster currently stands. Really excited about the addition of Tim Patrick. He is somebody that from afar, both Liam, myself, the coaching staff, the scouting staff has really appreciated his game. We talk about the idea of being mentally and physically tough like I just pointed to, and I use the phrase intangibly rich a lot. I think anybody that does their homework on Tim Patrick understands that he's never had an easy path. He's always had to overcome obstacles. And the only thing that he communicated to us after this decision was made, that he's ready to earn every op that lies in front. And when he's got that hunger that he can provide, obviously from a veteran presence, to a room who definitely has, up until Diami, a lot of youth, right? A lot of inexperience in comparison. And the idea of building out a basketball team with not only the wide receiver room, but multiple position groups, that can be very helpful, right? Not the same exact genre across the group. That can be something that when you talk with Liam, being able to artfully design plays to tap into those skill sets is something that he gets creative juices from. And so that was something that was really excited about the addition of Tim, knowing that he brings something that we don't currently have in the space. Oh, man.
That's interesting about the idea that our fans would have loved if we got the waiver wire. I could go get some bit. They obviously had some folks. They were 5th in the waiver wire, and they obviously would have loved to grab a couple of guys or at least a player, it sounds like, that somebody else picked up. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even scour that, like what the other teams ahead of them picked up. But there was obviously somebody out there that they could have taken. And then, Hamby mentioned like the basketball team thing. I think that's what's interesting about what he said yesterday. They have a lot of variation in their rooms from not only like you could say skill set wise, like the running back room's really different in terms of the skill set of each guy.
Yep.
But I think what's fascinating to me, Austin, is age. They were a bit young on the wide receiver front. Now you go bring in Tim Patrick, who's been through it a bit and can add some more experience. You don't just put that on De'Ami Brown only. And obviously Edgar Bennett's in there too, so like you can lean on him. But if you take a look at their defensive line room, they bring in a couple undrafted free agents to go along with a 9-year vet in DeJuan Smoot and Agba, who's been around the league. And obviously you already got Armstead and other people. That's a pretty veteran room. So the way I think about it is, do you feel like the Jags are young or veteran? If you just think, what's the first thing that comes to mind? A young football team or a veteran football team?
I think more veteran.
Yeah, it feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think their offensive line has some veterans. Obviously, Trevor now is a veteran. I think some of their key pieces are veterans now, so I lean towards veteran.
Yeah, I would say so. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
I would rather be a veteran team more than a younger team.
Well, I guess I would too overall, so I can embrace that. I just don't know if I want that coming off the 4-win team. It feels like they're building.
Sure.
It's like you could say if you're Carolina or who else out there a little bit, that could be. Saints don't make much sense, I don't think, in this. Let's just say you're Carolina, like you, or Green Bay. Green Bay's a real young team. It seems like. I think Carolina feels like a younger team to me. And so you could say, okay, well, we're not where we want to be yet because we're still building. I think it just, like the Jags, like the way they're built feels like they should be certainly better than a 4-win team. And even getting to 7 wins isn't like this gradual step of, wait until next year. It almost feels like they've got to deliver now and really, like we've been saying, compete for that division or try to win a division to almost be on pace with where their roster is from an experience standpoint.
No, for sure. But also I think when it does go bad, you want a lot more veterans than you do young guys. Because I think if it goes bad and you have a young team, they may not know how to deal with losing. Not to say this team knew how to deal with losing last year, but I think overall when you have a young team that if you lose a lot, I think you run the risk of it even being worse in terms for the long run.
It does feel like they have maybe the best mix I've seen of that I can remember. Because Trevor's like an older guy now, but he's 25. Brian Thomas Jr. has proven himself already, but he's only a second-year guy.
Yeah.
You actually have backs that can get the job done, but you also might end up leaning on Tootin, who's a rookie. So, I feel like there's a nice and then Travis Hunter, who we'll figure out where he factors in. But I kind of like the balance of, okay, you can stabilize things with all these players, and they might be good for you too. But if they're not, you've got some other guys that could potentially be stars that are still on the younger side.
No, for sure. But I also think it's so comparable these days in the NFL in terms of a young team and old team. Like if you look at the Green Bay Packers, who last year they were considered the youngest team. Their average age on that team was 24.96 years. So let's just call it 25 years old. That was the average age. If you go towards the Dolphins, it was 26.94. They're the oldest team last year. So you can call it 27. So you're talking really a 2-year difference between the average of the youngest team to the oldest team.
Yeah.
Is that much of a difference?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and I've always said that. I said you can't use young as an excuse, but I still think it's worth noting, do you feel young or feel old?
Yeah.
And I think the Jags do feel veteran. I don't think they feel old. You can feel old. Somebody said, who was the team that just, gosh, I can't remember where I'm seeing this stuff, but somebody was like, one of the teams was kind of old, and I don't think they were really like that good. Like, I don't think you want to be that team.
Well,
no,
Dolphins
they were
are the
pretty
oldest
good.
team
Washington.
last year.
Washington,
Yeah, the
right
Commanders
now.
have been the oldest team for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but they were obviously, that's not right. They're not. They're obviously were a playoff team, but they're the oldest team, I think, or one of the oldest.
Well, according to this, I don't know if this is. I'll just go with it. The Commanders last year, their average age was 26.64 years, which was good for 25th in the NFL.
Okay. Yeah, I think Pro Football Talk just came out with it like this last couple of days. Yeah. This year's
Jaguars
roster.
were 5th, by the way, in terms of youngest.
They were the 5th youngest
last year. Chiefs were 4th.
4th youngest. Wow, how about that?
Bucks were 3rd.
How about that? Wow, because I wouldn't think that.
Well, once again, it's super. Like I mean, the difference between it's not even
it's
a year.
Like 3.
You know?
It's like 0.3.
It's not even a year. Yeah.
But I would say like the Bucks don't feel young to me.
I hear you.
You got Baker, you got Wirfs, you've got Evans. Like those are the guys that come to mind.
But like if you had like one Calais Campbell, that just immediately boosts your average up, right? It's a difference between one player or not.
Yeah, no doubt. It's really where your dollars are at and who your impact players are at, where their age comes in. Like DeJuan Smoot is fine. That's what you want. You want DeJuan Smoot who's a depth player for you to have experience. That's great, right? But you also need Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Who's hopefully a young superstar.
Yes.
Like that helps too. Hey, Hamby, let's just real quick. Daniel Griffiths writes today about turnovers. And we know, I'll give you some time to get it. I know I'll put you on the spot here. But Daniel Griffiths writes actionsportsshacks.com. He wrote a couple of things this week. I haven't got to it. One about trenches. And today it's more about turnovers as well. He wrote about the roster makeup too and the turnover in the roster. You can see it all, actionsportsshacks.com. And I don't really know if we need a graphic to see what turnovers do. Okay. But it's pretty obvious that this whole thing will come back to turnovers at the end of the day. It's the way the league operates. It's the way football at almost any level is done. Trevor told us, I think in one of the production meetings, he said in their room, and I don't know if this is a statistical thing across the league, but at least the way they look at it, if you have a giveaway, it's worth 5 points to the other team. I thought that was I've never really heard that, and maybe I could easily find it, just hadn't heard it. So here you go on you turn it over once, or you're up one in the turnover differential, 68.4% win. And there you go on +2, +3, and the rest. So no surprises here at all.
No, I mean, I think the biggest takeaway here, obviously, is that turnovers win football games, but also, it gives you more possessions, but also in terms of momentum and also maybe killing momentum of your opponent, that's why turnovers are so important.
Hamby, do you have the other one by any chance? Because I thought this one was kind of fascinating, and I know these get confusing, but I actually studied it so I can explain it a little bit. Well, look at that. I can't explain the red boxes.
There we go. All right, hit me with this one.
Okay, so really look at Jacksonville down on that where they are, right, with the Jets. So they're basically in the last 5 years. This goes from 2020 to 2024. Their winning percentage looks about 32%. Skewed a lot by that 2020 season and 2021, which were brutal. But still, their winning percentage looks 32%-ish, something like that. Second worst in the league.
Sure.
Over that time. Look at their turnover differential, -40. The only team worse is the Raiders, and they actually won a higher percentage of games in that same span, is the way that plays out. I mean, again, not shocking development. I didn't know the Jags would be this bad, but then you forgot about 20 and 21. The win-loss record was so poor, and I forget the turnover numbers. But their differential is like second worst in the league, and so is their winning percentage in that time frame. I mean, this formula is easy. You can run the football all you want. You can do anything. Just don't turn the damn ball over, and you might want to get it.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to.
So, anyway.
Hamby, any surprising teams on here?
I don't think so. I mean,
this is the past.
I'll give you one.
Past 4 years?
I'll give you a little bit of a surprise to me, although this is where they've been at. But when you're as high as Pittsburgh is, this will show you that their talent hasn't been great. Look at the turnover differential. I mean, between the Jags and Pittsburgh that's 80.
Yeah, it shows that
That's
they're well
80.
Shows that they're well coached.
Well, it also shows you that turnovers are going to help. I don't care how good coach you are.
Sure, but I think it takes discipline and coaching to, number one, coach your defense to get turnovers, and also it takes discipline to teach your team to hang on to the football.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
I think coaching comes into that.
Yeah. Well, we know they're well coached, but I mean, they only win it with that kind of turnover differential. You would think you'd be more around 65 plus.
Well, no, this is my point, where I think they have a better coach than they did talent. So, what happens if you actually give, Mike Tomlin a legit quarterback? What happens if you give Mike Tomlin some legit weapons? Then what does that look like?
Yeah. I wonder where the Jags have to be to win the division this year. Do you have to be a +5 turnover ratio?
That would help, yes. I would say
You have to be a plus 15 turnover ratio. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because all the playoff teams are around the 20.
But that is over 5 years.
Over
so
5
if you
years,
average that out, it's like 4. I mean, look at KC. KC's actually in that 5 years have been the best team.
It's a 0.
And they're right at 0. That's pretty wild. Would you guess? I wouldn't guess that.
No.
Based on their winning percentage. So.
But I think Mahomes last year didn't help things. Like they
Yeah,
weren't that good.
probably not. And also, remember their defense in the 20s and 21 wasn't great.
Yeah.
I think the interesting one is you'd want to be more Buffalo. Buffalo is getting wins based on the fact that they're also turning the football over. And they've been one of the elite teams because of it. Let's take a timeout on the show. We come back and we got Laying Down the Law. I think the judge's room is set up. I don't know where the heck the judge is.
He's chilling, man. He's chilling in his quarters. He's chilling in his quarters waiting for his introduction.
Does Judge get that kind of introduction?
Judges do? Oh, yeah. Now rise for the honorable?
Oh, that introduction. I thought you meant your posted note.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah. I'm going to give him that, too.
Okay.
I got him.
All right. We'll be back. We'll have a little Laying Down the Law. What are the topics going to be? We'll have some fun as we finish up a Thursday here on the Brent and Austin Show on the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 network. Hey, you looking for something to do with college football starting tonight? A busy weekend around the football world and other sports going on. How about Best Bet St. Augustine, Aces Bar and Grill, a good place to go. Got plenty of big screens. And if you're still getting your fantasy football draft and haven't done it yet, bring the whole party down to Best Bet St. Augustine. Get more information at bestbetjax.com. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Shacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242. You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing. Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater, plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jag Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
All rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, gracing the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network with his presence, Mr. Oh, please hold.
Oh boy, got a new intro. Please stay. Hope this isn't written out.
Ladies and gentlemen, gracing the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network with his presence, the James Gladstone of Jacksonville sports media, Mr. 100K by Wednesday. Yes, Gertz! Oh, we got our eyes too. It's so hard to do this segment with that wig. I'm just saying.
That's why I don't
like. I can't even make eye contact. I literally just gotta look at the screen and just look at myself. All right.
Halloween party.
Yep. How we doing today, guys? We got no. All right.
Come on now. Have some respect. For once in your life.
Just knocked out the camera.
I didn't even touch the camera.
The table might have.
Hey, big dog, don't you got to read? We're trying to get into this. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, me. I thought you said Hamby. I'm just making sure the intros are all done here.
We're good. Yep.
Yeah, we're laying down the law, baby. That's what we're doing right now here on the show, on the Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, men only, familylawonly.com. Kenny Lay and Associates. Let's get it done. Laying down the law.
All right. Fair enough. Amazing you get anything done without me here. All right, here we go. First one.
2 hours a day.
Okay. This one's a big football news, so you should be right up your guys' alley since, big football show around here. You heard about the Cowboys, Micah Parsons. Somebody saw him at the airport. I don't know if you saw that part of the story. Maybe going to get a second opinion on his back, maybe not.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with flying, but I think it's a legitimate argument. We'll start with Austin.
Well, do you want to start with Brent because he lost last time, so he has served?
Yeah, Brent is a known loser. We'll start with Brent.
I'm just trying to,
Brent, the Cowboys should or should not just go ahead and trade Micah Parsons.
This is an easy one. They just should not trade Micah Parsons. And I was thinking about this, about all the draft capital that you could get in return. That's obviously something that is intriguing for any GM or organization, but it's usually intriguing for an organization when you're in rebuild mode. The one thing that the Dallas Cowboys are not is in rebuild mode. They've got a quarterback on a hefty salary. They've got other players on hefty salaries. They've got talent as well. They brought in more talent like a George Pickens. You don't go get rid of one of your young, talented players, maybe your best football player, in a time like this. This isn't rebuild time. They're not going to cut it down. They're on the hook for Dak Prescott's contract as well for another couple of years. So, yeah, without question. They have to keep Micah Parsons.
All right, go ahead. Awesome.
You're on the doorstep of hopefully making a playoff run, yes. But what does that doorstep look like if your star player does not want to play for you? This isn't a transition situation. This isn't a situation that was like Scary Terry. This is different because there is bitter distaste towards this organization. Micah Parsons has said he does not want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons has taken a nap on the sideline during a preseason game. How are those optics for Jerry Jones? Oh, and by the way, now Micah Parsons is saying that his back is hurting him and he's probably going to sit out the first couple of weeks if he doesn't get traded. Do you want that type of distraction? Do you want that narrative? If you're Jerry Jones and Dallas Cowboys, you're already America's team. And now you're about to be America's team with the biggest distraction possibly in the NFL in the past 20 years. I'm not trying to do that if I have a solid team. I'll get my draft capital. I'll trade them away. I'll get draft reimbursement and everything. And hopefully I can use those pieces to replace Micah.
Yeah, I was listening for two specific things. Neither of you hit it. So, Hamby, I'm not sure whose argument was stronger, but what do you got?
This is 20 minutes after Austin spent time
what do you want me to do?
saying you never trade your best player. Winner Brent, because Austin should have waited after the question was asked to decide who went first. He gave up that right to go first. He loses the point.
I like a challenge.
I respect that.
I like the challenge.
I thought Brent's argument was absolutely terrible, but that's okay. We'll give it to Brent. I didn't love either of them, really.
Yeah, we're good. What keywords you looking for?
Yeah, what were you looking for?
I was looking for something along the lines of, we're the third best team in our division. You know, what's the point of keeping them from, one side? But didn't get that.
Here comes that Washington regression. Get ready for it.
We'll
Go ahead. We will see.
So, Austin, you'll start on this one.
Let's go.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but now you guys get to argue it. Because
Taylor Swift. No.
That wasn't yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
When I brought this up, you guys looked at me kind of sideways. Cal Raleigh. All the
big
home
dumper.
runs, all the RBIs. You guys might want to type in his name in Google real quick just so you can available if you need him. He should or should not be the American League MVP.
Ugh. Okay. Cal Raleigh.
I don't like your tone.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to figure out who else is in there running right now for the AL MVP.
Judge.
Yeah, I know.
Hey.
Well, I mean, I know that, but I'm thinking it's anybody else. Okay.
You might win one here, Brent. Shut up.
Okay. All right. Should Cal Raleigh win? Okay.
Well, you
3.
can say should or should not.
Okay, yeah.
You don't
okay.
have to count down.
3. I'm doing it. This is my staple, man. This is my signature. All right.
Hamby, you hearing all this?
Oh yeah.
All right. Start the clock. Let's go. Okay.
There's no clock.
So I think I'm telling Hamby to start the clock. Oh my. All right,
Counselor, go ahead.
We ready to go? Okay. So I think Cal Raleigh should indeed win the MVP because it's most valuable player. And sometimes we get bogged down in terms of home runs, in terms of star power, in terms of, how good that team is on the East Coast compared to that West Coast bias. But what it has to come down to is who's the most important player on their team. And you look at the New York Yankees, yeah, you got Aaron Judge. Well, now you got Stanton back. You got a lot of big names on that team. Name me one other Seattle Mariner on the team and go. I'll wait because I can't do it. And I watched the 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. I've never heard of any of these guys. So with that being said, even though it's a West Coast bias, you give it to Cal Raleigh. He plays an important position. It's a grueling position at catcher, set aside from playing outfielder. Oh, and by the way, guy can hit the long ball like you wouldn't believe. He's a more important player to his team, so he should win the MVP.
Bert?
There's no more important player to their team in baseball right now than Aaron Judge. I mean, the Yankees would not even be where they're at, even though they've had swoons and slides multiple times. Part of that latest swoon came when Judge was on the bench. So we actually have evidence of what it looks like when the best player is out. We haven't had the luxury of that with Cal Raleigh. Aaron Judge, the best hitter in the game. He's the captain, the trickle-down effect. You can only lead if you're playing, all those things. But He is the guy that makes that lineup go. He makes Bellinger better when he's in the lineup. I think he's helped Ben Rice have actually a pretty nice year. And now Stanton is back to combine with Judge. But if Judge isn't in the middle of all that, the Yankees really are just an average baseball team. And I think they proved that the last month or so when he was in and out of the lineup. And I think that's been proven for the last couple of years. Even when he was banged up a few years back, Yankees were a mess.
Hamby?
I'm going to go winner Austin because, look, at the end of the day, if the guy is admitting to the court that he can't name any other Mariners player except for Kyle Raleigh, I'm going to take that as sound evidence today.
I like that. It's a good call, my guy.
Hammy, can you? I can't.
Rodriguez
honestly.
guy's pretty good, you know.
Well, he was
First off,
absolutely
he's just
terrible
okay.
last year.
I have him on my fantasy team. It's been a down year. All right, here we go.
What's his first name?
Julio.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Winner take all. Brent.
Oh, is there 3 questions?
Yeah.
It's got to be, right?
Because I was doing 4, and then everybody kept tying. We're going 3.
Yeah.
I don't want to do 5.
We ought to put the jury on the spot.
Yeah.
So here we go. Brent, you get to decide which side of this argument you want for the win.
This is usually the spicy one.
There's been a lot of conversation over the last couple of weeks about me being allowed to cuss on the show.
Spicy indeed.
There's, lots of sports shows that do cuss. There are lots that do not, and you can see how those do for yourself. Brent, me, Hamby, Austin, and even you should be able to cuss on the show. Yes or no? And I'm talking all.
Oh, this is a win-win for me either way. I like this question.
Go ahead, Bert.
I'll take an L here. I don't care.
Take the L. I'm going to say that we should be able to cuss on the show within reason. It should have parameters. Long lived in this business, have there always been some words that you can't say. That line has now been extended by a wide margin in our industry and with social media and everything else. So I am not afraid of a swear word here or there, cuss word here or there if you prefer that. But I do think there's a length that it can go. So if we want to create a couple of words that you shouldn't be able to say, bring on the cussing. But we're also a professional operation with corporate to answer to. So it can't go to far extremes like some other shows do. It has to have parameters.
So what am I debating then? Are we cussing or not?
I just said we are.
But you said there's parameter. Okay, then I'm take this stance. I think we should be able to say whatever we want to say.
like that.
Because at the end of the day, listen, if I can turn on ESPN right now and see Pat McAfee saying a-hole nonstop with no repercussions whatsoever, then why can't we swear? Yeah, we're not going to say derogatory language that's going to offend people. You know why? Because we're all adults here, and we're all trying to help this brand out. So I think we have the wherewithal, whether it's Casey Kurtz, whether it's Hamby, we're all adults here where we can say, hey, you got to mind what you say. You have to be responsible because if you say something outlandish, something offensive, yeah, it comes down on you. So to answer the question, I think we should be able to say whatever we want to say, whenever we want to say, and it shouldn't matter. And guess what? If you really want to be that dumb enough to say something super derogatory and offensive, then you probably don't belong on this show anyways.
Hamby, I know you got some words you want to say on the show. You talked about them yesterday.
If I had to guess, I would say the one word that the judge, Mr. Honorable, was looking for was one particular word in general that you would either defend or not. Neither of you did. However, I know that I'm going to have lunch with the judge after this in his chambers. And he would be very upset if I didn't rule with one Austen Lane.
Man, haven't lost yet. That's right. Haven't lost it. Brent, you had it too. All you had to say was, yes, we should swear. That's all you had to say?
Yeah, I can't be on the record saying that.
But then the company man, and that's what I was excited. It was going to be a win for me either way. I thought you were going to say, yes, we can swear, and then I'll have to defend it saying, well, we
Every
shouldn't.
time you said, if we're not responsible enough, all I did was turn to the judge.
Well, that's what you're looking at me.
Like, wait, we're not responsible enough?
Hey, I'm just saying, there's certain words.
Hey, I'm just saying.
You're trusting the judge? How many judges do you really trust?
I'm just saying, You take shots at shows like First Take and all the studio shows, like they're declining in popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the shows that are doing well. Pat McAfee, bro says the F word every 5 seconds.
Yep.
On ESPN, a company with HR. He's doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
Barstool, doing great.
We should really put this in the court of public opinion.
They want to hear it.
I mean, the people that listen to our show, I don't know.
This
Where are
is
they listening
real.
to?
They wanna know
listening
the
at
real
work?
us.
I think they
Are they
appreciate.
listening loud? Kids around? In the car?
Whose kids are around at noon? They have school.
That's a good point, Brent. Kids at school right now.
Brent gets toasted again.
Thank you,
It'll
James.
happen, Brent. Don't worry, man. One of these days. One of these days, you'll get a dub in this game.
No, it's set up for not.
You just had to stay true to one side. You would have won this one.
If you would have told me I could have said the F word, you would have
Brent, if you would have said we can swear on the show, what can you imagine my mental gymnastics? I don't think we should swear. It's you know,
had an opportunity.
Yeah, as someone who's not even employed, who's a freelancer essentially, and I'm saying we shouldn't swear on the show. You had it won.
If either of y'all just would have actually cussed during your answer, you would have won. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, that was a good. That would have been a good.
Oh, I should have did that. I should have said.
That
See
could've been
what
good.
happened? Anything happened? I just said a bad word. Nothing happened. Damn. I still won though. We're good.
He really didn't argue the other side of it. But
Brent, you were flip flopping. You talking about being on the fence? Yeah, we should swear, but we gotta keep it within reason. Yeah, let's drop an F bomb. But wait a second, it comes with consequences. Like you can't flip flop though in court, man.
Yeah, you can.
No, well,
Not in this court.
See how that panned out for you.
Men only, familylawonly.com. Kenny Lane Associates. Men only, familylawonly.com. That's laying down the law. Get the heck that judge off my screen, will you?
Do they offer a boot camp for like aspiring lawyers so Brent can go to it and be better at this game?
Divorce attorneys for men only. Offices located throughout Florida. Check them out, menonlyfamilylawonly.com. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, the judge. The judge didn't even side with Judge. Hamby wanted to go with Judge on that one too. He just wanted to make it a game at the third one. I appreciate that. Jason Hamby.
I'm going to put you in contempt.
Well, I mean, if you're not available to play baseball, should you be an MVP? Like if you've been out?
Austin, that's not the argument you want to go down.
Why is that?
Mr. Hugo
hasn't
says
missed that many
he would lead all catchers in home runs if you just counted just his left side home runs. Would be fifth if you counted just his home runs from the right side. I didn't see that stat. That's pretty wild.
I wish that would have been up when I was debating.
I actually do think, and probably could have made, I think we talked about this more yesterday. Part of the debate there is he's playing the catcher position. I mean, which is one of the most demanding positions in the sport. So, by the way, Shohei Ohtani with a nice performance yesterday. 5 innings, I think he went. Kind of longer outing.
About Tommy had a decent one.
Yeah, it hasn't been
Terrible.
great, right? They've been so short, so it's hard to put too much on it, but it has been great. The Dodgers or the field?
Field.
In what? The winning it? Oh, the field.
Easy. I mean, if Ohtani comes back, if he starts tracking towards 7 innings,
I don't care. He's never been the best pitcher in baseball.
No, but it's okay if he's the second or third best guy on their rotation. Pretty damn good.
I wouldn't have a whole lot of confidence in him in the postseason.
I found I was watching this the other day, looking at the chances to make the playoffs. This will show you the Yankees' schedule. They are tied, actually a half a game behind the Red Sox right now.
Okay.
And they have a 98.2% chance to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. The Sox actually have a 94.5%, a lower chance to make the playoffs. Now, they're all ahead in the wild card. They're 3 games. Well, actually, the Red Sox are 5 games clear of Kansas City. Yankees are 4.5 clear. So that's why they're in the 90s. But the Yankees actually have a better chance, even though they're behind the Red Sox, of making the postseason. Shows you the schedule. They play the White Sox coming up here over the next the few days. I think for a 4-day stretch, actually. Is the judge going to sit down or pop in now that he's changed outfits? Come on down.
He's
Where
out.
is
He's
he?
not in here.
Oh, thought he was coming over.
I'll take this one, gents.
What do you got?
Wake up, wake up, wake up out of your sleep.
You excited about the Scott Frost era?
Scott Frost era, man. No. I don't think they're going to be very good, but I'm excited to watch them play. Tonight, hosting Jacksonville State.
Okay.
Guess the spread on that, gents.
I'm going to say
Against
12
the
and a half
Gamecocks?
UCF.
I'm going to say 8.5.
Really? You got.
Oh, I mean,
what do y'all know about Jacksonville State?
I played against them for 4 years.
Didn't they beat? Are they the ones that beat FSU a couple years ago?
That is correct as well.
Oh, I would have thought y'all were going to go a lot higher.
Nah,
So
man.
what do you think? Is it like 24 or something?
It's 17 and a half.
Woo! Go Gamecocks.
Well, you just said UCF
So
isn't
BC.
considered to be any good. So,
No, but still, it's still a.
how do you know UCF isn't any good? Like, how do we know? Like, did he go transfer portal, not get a lot? Like, what?
Well, he couldn't. He was left with about 45 players when he was hired. On the day he was hired, UCF had 45 players and like 2 returning starters.
Wow.
They had 0. Well, they have 1 quarterback coming back. He is no longer the guy. They had a long 3 quarterback competition, and they brought in Taven Jackson, who was starting at Tennessee, went to Indiana. Everybody thought he was going to have the job because he was almost a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. He didn't win it. They ended up going with this guy who started at Marshall and then played at FAU last year. He's a lefty. Cam Fancher will be their starting quarterback tonight.
I like that.
So he did end up being the starter. You said that like last week on the show, and then had a comment like he hasn't been named the starter, but he was the starter.
Mm-hmm. I don't even remember that conversation.
Yeah, you did. You had it.
Okay.
Well, you were right.
Okay.
The person chiming in was wrong. I was just
Scum.
defending you.
Oh, okay, sweet. Well, yes, he is the starter. So the spread is at 17.5. I don't think UCF will win. Their goal this year is to win a bowl game. Is to make a bowl game and to win it. If they can go 6-6 and make it to a bowl game and win it, that would be a success in year 1 of Scott Frost. But we're going to do a little guess the line because, look, we got about 10 football games tonight. We don't have – we're not going to get to all 10 of them, but we'll start with one of the earlier kicks. It's one that Gators fans might want to tune into to get a little study film session on because USF, their Week 2 opponent, is in action tonight against Boise State. So that's our only ranked team that plays tonight. Number 25, Boise State, is in action in Tampa. Guess the line.
Where's the game? That's in Tampa? Sorry.
Tampa.
Okay.
Guess the line. I'm going to say Boise by 8.5.
Okay.
I have Boise State by 10.5.
Oh, for some reason, I'm thinking 11.5. I don't know why. It makes no sense at all.
All right, winner Brent, Boise State minus 5.5.
That's what. So
no Gene T. They return the quarterback. They return a decent bit, but it's in Tampa, and USF always kind of.
USF's better, right?
Yes.
Like they're not.
I mean, they took Bama to the brink.
But,
yes.
Yeah, but they are better.
Yeah,
They're
no.
trending up.
They could win the game.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be 11 because then I go USF.
True.
All right.
So that
What
one's
else?
on at 5:30 on ESPN tonight.
5:30.
Yes.
Damn.
Wow.
We got a rivalry that's not really a rivalry.
Why?
East Carolina at NC State. We got the Pirates and the Wolfpack.
Who's NC State's coach now?
Oh shoot.
Didn't they just get a new coach? No.
Mm-hmm. Not sure.
No.
I mean, maybe. You might be right, man. I don't know. Come on, it's the ACC.
Dave Doran.
Oh, no, he's been there.
I don't know him.
Ah, they got Will Wade, bro. That's basketball.
Oh,
It's
Wade.
basketball,
Yes,
yeah.
from LSU.
They did get Will.
My bad.
Dave Doran entering his 13th season.
Damn.
He's been there that long? Wow.
Where's the game at?
NC State.
See, that's where you want to go. You get paid a couple mil.
Yeah,
They don't
man.
run you out.
17.5.
You know? I don't know how good ECU is. They're good in baseball. They've been okay in football at times. But NC State is 17.5-point favorite. No way. I'll go with. I'm going to stay with my 8.5.
Hard Hard place to play, NC State. Almost got thrown up on by a student one time when I was playing there for Murray State.
That's foul.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, man. Because they're like right up on you.
Are they really?
Yeah, well, at least they were. I don't know if it changed or not. 10.5 for NC State.
NC State played ECU last year. It was their last regular season game.
Watch ECU be favored.
ECU won.
Okay.
26-21.
That's not good.
Now they open with each other this week. NC State is a 13.5 point favorite.
That's close.
So Hamby's putting all the money on ECU. I can already tell from that reaction that he just gave us that he's putting the money down in ECU.
We don't have a Hard Rock Bet segment today, so we'll see.
That's a good point.
But I feel like you are.
No problem. Nebraska at Cincinnati. This is a 9 o'clock kick, so I would assume this is probably will be the most watched game of all of them tonight. So on ESPN, you'll have Boise State, then you'll have Nebraska at Cincinnati. Luke Fickell really trying to turn that program around, facing Matt Rule and Dylan Raiola.
Luke Fickell's been the coach in Wisconsin now for the past 3 years.
Oh, that's right.
It's all good, though.
My bad.
No worries.
Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
No?
What?
I'm kidding.
Brian
Brian Kelly. That's like 3 times ago.
Yes.
I was thinking we were just going old Cincinnati coaches here. Maybe for the bit. Come on.
No problem.
You really thought I was serious.
All right. Nebraska is the
I think Austin
visiting
thought you were
team.
serious too.
So who guess the line?
Nebraska at Cincinnati?
Yes.
Why? Why did that come up on their schedule? Is that a pay game? Nebraska's getting paid to go play Cincinnati?
pretty.
Why are they going to Cincinnati?
Yeah.
On what planet does that make any sense?
Well, that's is Cincinnati in one of these conferences
No,
now?
Cincinnati's not in the Big Ten.
Not yet.
Cincinnati's in the Big 12.
Big 12.
Yes. And
So it's a
Wisconsin's in the Big
crossover. Like I guess technically it will be.
It's a college football showcase, Casey.
That's really
It'll be like the ACC play the Big 12.
Oh, yeah.
right?
I forgot Thursday night at 9 is a big time to showcase your good games.
It's the showcase.
It's kind of like 5:30.
It's week 1 showcase.
I'm going to go with Nebraska, a 5.5 point favorite.
5.5. Give me Nebraska minus 23.5.
Okay.
Nebraska's won like 6 games in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
combined.
but people are on Nebraska.
Name
this
any
year.
Cincinnati Bearcat since Desmond Ritter. Right.
Sauce
Who's their
Gardner.
coach? We don't
Sauce
even
Gardner.
know.
Fair. I mean, but outside of Matt Rule and Raiola, I can't name anybody on
Right.
Nebraska.
They're gonna get a Raiola bump.
Oh, it's Satterfield. That's right. Not Satterfield.
Hey, former he's a Jacksonville guy.
Thought he was the coach of Memphis.
He was.
No, yeah, he was.
He got fired from Memphis?
No, he left
Oh,
to
he
take
went.
Cincinnati.
I don't think he got fired from Memphis to go to Cincinnati.
Memphis to Cincinnati is a move up?
Yeah, it's Big 12, man.
This guy's getting slaughtered. 17.5.
17.5. Give me Nebraska by 5.5.
So that's what Brent said.
Oh, did you? My bad.
It's okay.
Give me Nebraska by 7.5.
No shot.
All right, we'll split the difference. 6.5.
Damn.
So y'all tying that one.
Okay.
I guess
6.5? That's the line?
6.5.
I'm be rich man tonight.
Taking Nebraska, huh?
Give me Dylan Raiola, baby. Come on, Dylan Raiola.
There is a lot of hype with Nebraska
There is
this
a
year.
lot of hype with Nebraska.
I will
There's
give
been
my
hype.
They're always,
before.
yeah, they're always.
Always.
They are the Cincinnati Reds of college football.
Mahomes Jr.
Brent, they're not.
You're about to slide me a check, right?
Yeah.
All of that is going on Nebraska. Amanda, I'm gonna turn the mortgage into something better. Trust me.
It's $1.50.
Gonna turn the
them
mortgage
a
into
check
2
for it,
mortgage
but-
payments.
I'll give my excuse for the Wisconsin Luke Fickell thing because they are the game underneath
I like that.
on ESPN. Miami of Ohio
Makes you feel better.
at Wisconsin.
How many games are on on ESPN today?
Okay,
Well, that's
That one's on
starting at
BTN.
5:30.
That one's on the Big
Casey's game
Ten
is the school
network at 9. So
Who's playing them? Miami of Ohio?
is playing Wisconsin. Wisconsin has been terrible.
Not good, right?
Guess the line.
I'm still going to say
it's at Camp
9.5 Wisconsin.
Yes,
That's
awesome.
it?
Yeah, Miami of Ohio sneaky good out of the MAC sometimes, I think. I don't know if they're good this year, but they are usually. Them in Toledo, I think.
Oh, Toledo. Don't put Toledo. in the same
Holy
conversation.
Toledo.
Those guys are good.
The chance to showcase the Dairy Raid offense, huh? What does the Dairy Raid offense have against Miami? I'm gonna go with 13.5.
17.5.
Winner Casey. 18.5.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey.
Such a confidence.
Hey.
You weren't even close on the first
There it is.
It's not my fault
There
the
it
lines
is.
are wrong.
Just like I drew it up.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Just like I drew it up. Yeah. Yeah, Wisconsin could be down. I mean, we'll see.
Can they beat Miami of Ohio by 19?
Honestly,
I'm taking the underdog.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, the Miami of Ohio. What's their mascot? Bro's taking the underdog.
Red Hawks, right?
Doesn't know their mascot.
They changed
Red
it,
Hawks?
I think. Did they
I don't
change it
know.
at one
Oh,
time?
was it
Red
offensive?
Hawks.
Yeah, I said Red Hawks.
Yeah.
Oh, it was something different?
Maybe
All
Red
the
Hawks
Blue
are
Hawks
bad.
are real pissed off.
I mean, I'm just saying this much. I haven't heard anything about Wisconsin football from anybody in Wisconsin.
Who's the quarterback?
Micah Parsons. That's all it's about right now. It's Micah Parsons.
He's not the quarterback.
Okay, cool.
No, it ain't Micah.
Is it still the Miami guy?
No, it ain't. That was Van Dyke.
He like blew out his.
They had the Oklahoma dude that transferred, but I don't think he worked out because he wasn't getting the offense. I have no idea who the Wisconsin quarterback is.
Wisconsin's quarterback is Billy Edwards.
Sure.
Oh, Billy.
That sounds like a Wisconsin
That
quarterback.
actually sounds like a 1942.
I'll take him.
Oh, Billy Edwards.
Sounds like a homegrown guy, no transfer portal, no nothing.
Hey, you
but
know what?
actually,
Nope, he's a
he came from
ginger
Wake.
who was first at Maryland and then at Wake Forest.
If you're going to run the dairy raid offense, you need Billy Edwards running.
I'll bet on a ginger. I got nothing to lose. Except money.
Oh, the captain of the dairy raid.
All right, now what?
Nice job, fellas.
Oh, that's
That's
all?
it?
Hey, do you guys?
Yeah.
I'll put. How much should we put? I'll do a show wager this weekend.
On Nebraska.
No, on
Tonight.
all underdogs. Will we come out on a top or not?
Like, how many games?
We're doing one part. It's a
Do
parlay?
one.
You're going to bet on
not
every single
No,
underdog?
this isn't going towards the betting segment for tomorrow.
No.
You're still in last place. You still haven't won anything.
That's fine.
Okay, good.
Wait.
I mean, I don't care. We take
gonna-
however many games. Should I take the top 25 only if they're ranked teams?
So like, for example,
No, that's a terrible idea.
South Carolina playing VTech. Like
What's the
10
line?
point favorites.
What's the line?
10 points.
For who? South Carolina. I'll
Do
take
you want to take
VTech.
VTech?
Yeah.
I don't even want to participate.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
not your
I'm
money.
I'm so confused. What
Okay,
do
I'll
we,
participate.
guys?
What happens if you win? Do we get any of it?
What are we doing here?
Then I don't
So
care at
you're
all.
taking all the underdogs.
Yeah.
So how
Take
many?
all the points in all the games and see if we come out on top.
But who is we? Because it sounds like it's your money and you're keeping the profit.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to justify.
Let's go.
It sounds like you're trying to justify
If we
doing
win,
this.
Maybe I'll buy lunch.
All right, so you're going to start
I'll
with
buy everything
Auburn
else around
Baylor
here.
tomorrow night. Auburn Baylor. Auburn is visiting.
No.
But yeah, they're a 2.5 point favorite, so he's going to take Baylor.
Absolutely. I actually
time
love
out.
Baylor there.
Technically, if we're doing all ranked teams, wouldn't you start tonight with USF?
Yeah.
So we have something to talk about tomorrow?
Sure.
All right, so he's going USF plus 5.5.
All right, hold on. Let me
So this is gonna be a giant parlay, or not?
I'm
No,
not doing
it's-
one. I'm doing individual.
This
Okay.
guy's going to spend
Well, I'm not
$250
going to win
bucks.
the parlay.
Well, I know, but I'm just
Oh, you're
trying
not-
to get the.
oh, I thought
See,
this
that's
was
what
a
I thought
parlay.
too.
No, he's trying. No, because you'll lose. You'll lose the parlay.
All right, so
win
he's
the
going to take
parlay
USF. He's going to take Baylor at home. Would you like? There's
You might win that one.
tomorrow night, Friday Night Football. Georgia Tech is favored at Colorado.
Ooh.
Colorado starting a freshman quarterback,
he's-
Caden Slater.
Yeah.
So would you like to take
Four-star guy or something.
home Colorado?
No, I'm going to take them across the board. You don't have to ask me every one.
Okay.
I'm going to take Western Illinois getting 45 points against Illinois.
I like that a lot.
I'm going to take Florida State getting 13.5 against Bama.
You don't have the time to put in 100 bets.
Why not?
It's only 25, right? You doing only ranked teams?
Yeah, if I just do the ranked teams.
Okay, so every ranked team, you're taking the underdog.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, then
got it.
exclude Georgia Tech and Colorado because those are not
doing,
ranked
man.
teams.
And you're doing the spread.
The spread.
Okay.
You're not going to say to win.
You're not going to make money, though. The way you would make money on that is you would have to go money line because someone is bound to win.
Of course.
And like your 10 would then turn into like.
Well, that's what I'm asking you guys. Like, if I take 25 games, let's just say if there probably aren't that many games, but 25 games, or am I going to go 15-10?
Against the spread, possibly.
Against the spread.
Yeah. See, I thought you were
all underdogs.
I thought you were taking winners. I thought this is just like the NCAA tournament, like with basketball, where you bet the underdogs to win.
I think what you should seriously do.
If you want like games, like you'd have to go like the big games for that, like the Auburn Baylor. You could take a winner, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that. Like Alabama, Florida State, I'm not taking Florida State to win. I'll take them to cover 13.
No,
and a half,
but
though.
what you should do is if like you're very committed to this spending your money bit, you should do like if you're doing all the top 25 teams, assuming they all play. I don't know that they do.
Yeah, I assume they play.
You should do like 20 against the spread, and then the 5 you're most confident in you should do to win the football game.
Fair enough. We'll do that.
Yeah.
You should take Marshall plus 38.5 at Georgia.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
That's true. That's kind of the bit. Yeah.
Dude's committed.
Yeah. My point is, I'm going to commit to this.
Okay. What we need
I
to
don't care who's playing who.
This sounds like you've made it up in your mind that you're just asking us for support in case this goes
I'm
haywire.
asking you, are we going to win?
He's wasting
I don't
money.
know. No, because there's no way.
Time out. We got 20 here. 20 here, please.
What we need to do, since he's established he's already taken all the losers, we need to figure out which 5 we are most confident in to win the football game straight up.
All right, so
because
here we
that's
go.
the only debate.
All right,
I
Florida
think
State,
Baylor.
Alabama.
No.
Alabama's winning that.
Okay, Syracuse over Tennessee.
No.
Well, McCord's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
I love Fran Brown, but
That's
a good spread.
Let me give you a decent spread on these.
I think you should consider
Go to the what's the Ohio State one?
I'm going to get there.
that one. You should consider USF tonight to win.
LSU over Clemson.
Yes.
No.
I like Clemson, but
It's a 4.5
good
point
odds.
spread.
Yeah, I would. I mean, in terms of what these all look like, I would take that one.
That game's in Clemson. No, sir. Lose your money.
I'm just asking. We're getting a little Virginia Tech, South Carolina.
Virginia Tech is not beating South Carolina.
They're kind of down.
Miami over Notre Dame.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Take that. So we
Yeah,
got Baylor and
sure.
Miami.
Sure.
South Florida over Boise State.
Yes.
All right.
The
Texas
direct
over
25,
Ohio
I
State.
get it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we get to? We got South Florida,
Texas, Miami, and Baylor.
Miami,
And Baylor.
Sounds
So
like
we
a parlay.
We need one more to win the football game.
we're a mixed bag on LSU over Clemson.
I would not.
I would not take LSU.
I would not take.
I would not take Brian Kelly.
On the road. That's not neutral. That's and Clemson.
The other one
So
you
then-
guys hesitated on was Syracuse, Tennessee. Is that at Tennessee? Or is it neutral? No, it's in the Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, it's neutral.
So it's neutral.
So pretty much Tennessee.
Well, yeah, but at least it's not at Tennessee.
I mean, Syracuse was good last year, but that was McCord, right?
How about UTSA versus Texas A&M? Okay.
It's a 24-point spread, Austin.
Okay.
Outright winner?
Texas
I'll
A&M.
go for it if you think.
You do have to find one of those somewhere. I mean,
Like somewhere you go.
You have to find one of those.
What do-
I've heard some things.
what have you heard?
My cousin that goes to UTSA.
That's good enough for me.
No, doesn't play for them.
Oh,
No, it doesn't play.
he's
for
just
them.
on campus.
He's
He's a baseball guy.
he's a baseball guy.
Vibes are high on campus, Brent. You got to do
They're,
it.
they're excited. I mean, I'm just saying
Probably
they're
pretty high at Texas A&M too.
yeah, they're excited. Plus, they have like the yell leaders at Texas A&M. It's a Texas
Oh
A&M.
my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
so-
at Texas.
That's that
A&M.
word I want to use.
yell leaders. But I'm trying to find out like Illinois State, Oklahoma. No.
All right, we'll find.
I mean, we have till tomorrow. Well, we have tomorrow.
Yeah, we do have tomorrow. Yeah. I'll get tonight's in. South Florida over Boise State. Here we come. Go Bulls.
Lock it in. I feel like Brent's trying to use us to justify his gambling. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I'm trying to see if this would work.
Okay.
Go Knights, baby.
Not getting rich off it either way, so I don't give a damn.
CF Knights.
Have a good day. Jaguars All Access tonight. String Sports Brewery, 7 o'clock in Springfield.
Oh, that's.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard Exterior and Gutter Helmet Showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax Pal.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast.